I'm Ray.
And I'm Veronica.
And welcome to the Chick Lit Book Club podcast,
where we read a romance novel and then we talk about it. Today we're talking about Dirty English by Madden-Mills.
Hello!
Hello, dear.
How are you, my darling?
Oh, just wonderful. How are you?
Same. Wonderful.
Oh, Lord.
How's your week been?
Oh, God. What? I guess fine. It's just another week in a pandemic. Just like,
in a panoramic.
in a pandemic. Just
in a pimento loaf.
in a pimento loaf. Just, it's been a fucking year. It has literally been one year. Like today on this date that we are recording, it doesn't matter. Today or tomorrow was literally the last time I ate in a restaurant. I can tell you that with absolute fucking certainty. The last day I ate in a restaurant. I've gotten takeout.
Yeah.
But that is the last date that I ate with my husband in a restaurant where someone else made me a drink and I sat down and hung out without my child and who I love dearly. But how much would I love to go on a date with my husband without being terrified that I'm going to get a fucking deadly virus?
Right? Hey, tell me something good.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta tell me your bright spot for the week.
Okay. Wait, you go first, okay? Because I have to think about it.
So my kids just put on a fucking amazing show. They were so good.
Amazing.
So I help direct. I'm the assistant director of our show at school, and my kids are the best, and they're just fucking talented as hell. One in particular, he has the best instincts that I'm sitting there. I go, I wish I had that instinct that. He makes good choices. I tell him all the time, I'm you're making good choices. You know that? And he doesn't realize it. So
it's just
I
natural
love my kids.
for him.
It's just natural. And I wish it took me 30-something years to get to where he's at now
It's
at
awkward
16
since
years
you're
old.
only 28. I don't know how that happened.
Right. I know, right? I actually went back a year. It was when I was in the womb. I was doing
You were
all
studying
kinds of,
in utero.
I was a diva in the room. Hi. But yeah, so my kids were my bright spot this week.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's super fun.
How about you?
I cannot even think about this week. I don't even totally know what day it is. Today's Friday?
Yeah. Did anything happen with any of your the things that you volunteer with? Anything like that?
We did have, so I had 2 meetings I volunteer with a group, a national group, and we had 2 meetings this week. One was a statewide meeting and the other one was a local meeting. And they were both really great because for the first time in a long time, there was good news.
Oh, that's always good. Yay.
And it's not, there has not been good news for a long time. So
hence the reason for a group that does charity work
that
and support.
This group exists. So,
right.
Yes, that is a bright spot of the week. That it was nice to get on a call and not just want to cry with a large group of people.
Well, okay, the other good thing is we got a shout out the other night from Shell Sloan, so that was nice.
Oh my God, yeah, that was awesome. She did a live, a TikTok live, and it was
I told V, I'm get on TikTok. Yeah, you're good at this, I'm not.
She was she's live now, get on. And I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was cleaning up my kitchen. She was get
on it. I'm fuck yeah.
Absolutely join that shit. Absolutely.
Yep.
I love Shell Sloan. I think she's so awesome.
She's funny. She's funny down to earth.
Super funny. I can't wait for her new one to come out. You've read her books.
I can't wait to read because we have one on her one of hers on our list. I have not read. I apologize, Shell, if you listen to this. I will get around to reading your other books. I'm so sorry. But you have read her books.
Yeah, I've read both of them. So the next one that's coming out is called Off Track. and that one it's a standalone, but it's part of a series. So like the first one is Off the Record, and you, as per normal like romance series, you meet the characters in the first book, and then they get their own book. So I'm looking forward to it. And then I did ask during the live if there's going to be a third one, and she said yes, that it actually is intended to be a 4-book series. Initially, it was supposed to be 3, and she said that Davis like snuck up on her. Like she wasn't actually planning on making Davis have his own book, but he is getting his own book, and that's the next one that's coming out. Yeah, so
she's on my list to start the first one, and I have to, but I haven't yet.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I thought it's well done, I think.
I was going through my want to read today.
Oh, it's just an endless, I mean.
Especially since I found this list called Favorite Couples on Goodreads. And I was like, just fuck my list now. I mean, because I added like 14 books by going through. Yeah, I was like, you know what? Fuck my want to read, because I found a whole bunch of books that I was like, well, I guess I gotta add this one now. I gotta add this one. I gotta add this one.
Yeah, you sent that to me, and there were
some interesting ones on there.
There were some
I was like,
interesting ones. I think favorite is a very subjective word.
Well, it's voted on, so who,
Oh,
you know.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
well.
So, I mean, the first one on the list, surprise to no one, is Pride and Prejudice, which we'll go into what we're talking about. I'm singing tonight, guys.
Is irrelevant.
I seriously, I am fucking Linda Belcher from Bob's Burgers. She's really singing tonight, guys.
We just had this discussion before we started about the TikTok that I posted this week, during which I filmed it and I did an obnoxious sing-song voice, and then made sure to comment on the fact that I made an obnoxious sing-song voice in the closed captions, because why are you like this, Veronica? Why are you like this?
One of my every so often I'll just go stronger and gayer than ever, which is from Bob's Burgers. So that's awkward when you do it at work and you're just like stronger and gayer than ever.
If I were to do that at work, literally no one would hear me.
Yeah, it would just be a regular day at the office.
It would just be a normal day at the office, which is my home. I've worked from home for years now, pre-COVID.
Yeah. Well, you wouldn't get to hear me sing to Luna like I usually. Luna, do you want some breakfast?
I mean, I'm not saying I don't talk or sing to myself at any point during the day. I frequently, if something annoying happens, the ghosts in my home hear about it.
The ghosts in your home. The specters.
I mean, my house is super old, so probably there are ghosts here. You know, it's fine.
I mean,
we live pretty peacefully. Yeah.
I mean, you live in harmony, like in Beetlejuice.
Yes, exactly.
You live in your attic. Oh my God, I love that movie so much. No,
yeah, that movie is fantastic. We'll watch that later.
Watch that and get Gremlins 2 again. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to skip that one, but I will watch Beetlejuice with you.
Have you not seen Gremlins 2?
No.
So, Veronica.
Yes, dear.
I heard you watched a movie.
Okay, so Ray was like, you never watch movies, and... Did
I say it just like that?
No, you didn't.
Okay,
no.
okay.
I
mean, because we both don't watch movies very often.
No, not very often. I mean, it's a large chunk of time, and I don't have a large chunk of time ever, especially not since COVID. No. So, at any rate, we were talking about the books.
Since I'm the one who does usually the movie reviews.
Yeah, usually Ray is the one doing the Passion Flicks reviews, which I love the fact that she does, and I'm super supportive of it. And I look forward to it. I legitimately look forward to it every week, because we don't talk about that part beforehand. So she was like, I'm thinking that we should discuss 365 days. I was like, I don't know what that is, because I live in a hole, apparently. And so then we were talking about it, and I looked it up and stuff, and we were talking about the general plot lines of the movie, of the books and stuff, because it's like a trilogy.
Because when it came out, it was like it blew up.
Yeah,
everyone was like, "You need to watch this." It's like the 50 Shades of Grey.
Well, right. So then the movie came out in 2020, but it's based off of books that have been out that are written in Polish by a Polish woman.
Yeah.
So Ray was like, "Why don't you do this one?"
Because I'm kind of mean. And
she's not mean. She's not
Guess
mean.
what, dear listener? I've already seen all the good parts, so I knew what she was in for. I'm not going to tell you why. I'm just saying I've seen them.
The thing is, okay, so... All right, I'm not going to give away spoilers for people who have... For the 3 people live on this planet yet.
I
who
was
have not
literally
seen
just
this
going to
movie.
say, everyone's seen it.
Pretty much everyone. My husband, I don't think has, but I mean...
You guys can watch it together later.
Okay, so I did tell him about one part that made me laugh out loud while I was watching it. So,
Are you lost, baby girl?
oh my... See, I think that's why TikTok says that all the time.
I'm sure it is.
I mean, and I've definitely,
Sure.
like, seen parts of it, like, on
I mean, there's parts of
TikTok.
him I'd like to see that were not included in the movie.
Ding, ding, ding. I mean, like...
All right, so I keep interrupting you. Regale me with the story of porn.
All right. Yeah. Spoiler alert. It's basically porn. So here is the premise. In case you are one of the 3 people who have yet to see it, and I can name 2 of them, my mom and my husband. Those 2 people. who haven't seen it.
And Ray's mom.
Yeah, and Ray's mom, exactly. So like, for those people,
And,
Hey,
and
Mom.
I haven't seen the dialogue parts.
not missing much.
Narrative, I haven't seen narrative.
There, you don't need it. So
Nope. Nope.
Also,
Not for what I need. Nope.
dear moms, please don't. Our moms, other moms, do it. I'm a mom, but like our moms, please don't watch that movie. I'm just asking you. Please, God, don't watch this movie.
And if you do, please don't tell me about it.
Oh
Thank
yes,
you.
please don't tell me about it if you do. Oh God, never bring this up to me ever again.
No, I will probably stick a sharp object in my ears.
Yeah, and I like need my ears, so please,
Right.
spare me. All right, so the whole premise of the first novel, we're just gonna talk about the first novel because that's what the movie is based off of. Okay, so the first novel, which is called 365 Days, the entire premise is that a mob boss, like it's a mafia romance, so a mob boss kidnaps this woman and says, you have 365 days to fall in love with me. And after that, I'll let you go. Like, if you truly don't love me at the end of this year, you can go on your way.
Was this something with her father who's involved with it?
No, his father was.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm confused. Okay.
Her father, you do end up meeting her father, at her parents, like at the very end.
So why her?
Okay, so this is, when you and I were talking about this earlier, when I was saying, like, it's not as cut and dry as just, like, he kidnaps this random woman. That's not, that's how it's portrayed, but that's not what it is. So,
Okay.
at least in the movie, again, I've not read the books, so I can't speak to that. But how it's portrayed in the movie is that at the very beginning, the opening scene of the movie is him and his dad, basically. And his dad is the mob boss. And, of course, they're from Sicily, because duh. And
Right.
so they're, like, talking about...
Like Sophia Petrillo.
Yeah, I mean, hello. Like, this, you know. So...
Picture it. Sicily, 1932. Sorry, Golden Girls.
So I watched a little bit of that earlier. Anyway, so the opening scene is like his father getting shot and dying, and then he has to like take over.
Take over the business. Yeah, got it.
So, fine, but he has like he's watching a woman like in binoculars down on the beach or something. Like they're on top of like a big fort or something, like big fortress thing, and he's watching some woman in binoculars. And then he also is shot. So he, like, when he's, you know, flittering back and forth between life and death, he sees this woman's face. And
okay. Yes.
then
okay.
he is, like, obsessed with finding this woman. And that has been his mission for, like, 5 years, is to find this woman.
That's not frightening.
Not at all. It's not creepy or...
No, not...
or stalkerish or...
No. Dateline's not on the phone calling at
No,
all.
of course not.
Keith Morrison doesn't want to have a conversation with you at all.
No.
Or Chris Hansen.
None of them. No.
Nope.
So after 5 years, this woman.
I was just thinking, 5 years, that's a lot of time to really stew on something.
So after 5 years, by chance, this woman who you've already like met in other opening scenes she's a woman who lives in Poland. She's Polish, and she is unhappy in her relationship. Her boyfriend is a total douchebag. She takes a vacation with him and their friends to Sicily, where he sees her and is like, that's the woman. And then sort of lightly stalks her. Is kind of how I would put that. Light stalking.
It's like a part-time thing. On my weekends, I just, stalk women. You know how it is.
Like, it doesn't seem threatening until, of course, he kidnaps her. So then, like, he kidnaps her. They give her a sedative. She has a fucking heart condition. Like, of course he didn't know. I know. It's a whole thing. So anyway, my point is, like, the kidnapping part is not just as simple as, like, I saw this pretty woman on the streets in Sicily and I'm taking her. It's more complicated than that. Although, still unacceptable in real life. I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm going to, yep.
Still not okay. If a man tells you that, ladies, run. Like, run as fast as you fucking can for your actual life.
Right.
So, but this is a thing about, in my opinion, mafia romance is that, like, you have to, in my opinion, you have to be able to forgive a lot of really, like, unacceptable behavior.
Social norms.
Yeah. I mean, it's just... you gotta like The Godfather, I guess, and Goodfellas.
Goodfellas and Sopranos and all that bullshit.
Which is not my bag, but like,
me either.
Fine. So
I get it. I don't get it, but I get it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Fine. Whatever. Like the bad boy alpha thing. I mean, I get that. Like, I understand that.
I only like it in werewolves, obviously.
I mean, listen, it's hot. Okay. So at any rate, the thing is, like, you see signs of him where he doesn't totally suck. You do. Like, there are glimmers.
Yeah. You have to do something to humanize them.
Right. Like, he's obviously, he's used to getting what he wants. He's not okay with the fact that she just, like, she's like, you literally kidnapped me. What makes you think that I am going to stay here for a year? Like, I have a boyfriend. I have family. Like, what? I mean, what do you expect me?
I'm assuming she has a job. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, what, you just expect me to, like, live here with you for a year and not, like, put up a fight about it? So there are, like, there's one quote where he says, I'd like you to teach me to be gentle for you, which was like, it's a sweet moment. Because it also, she fights him back hard, which eventually gets her in trouble. It really does. And gets him in trouble, really. Like, a lot of trouble. But he says that to her after a night where, like, she has tried to run away from him. And, of course, like, he's a mob boss. Like, the cops, like, she runs up to cops and she's like, I have been kidnapped. Please help me. And they're like, they just literally don't say anything to her. And he appears behind her and is like, are you lost, baby girl? It's like the third time he says it to her. So, at any rate, she says, like, I want normal food. I want pierogies tonight. And so, like, the chef makes her pierogies. Fuck yeah, the food of my people. So, like, she has pierogies and, like, they have a decent dinner together. But she teases him relentlessly. Like, she's constantly... I kind of love her a little bit. She is fiery and does not give in, teases him both sexually and, like, just on a normal basis. At one point, the teasing goes, like, to unacceptable levels. There's, when I was reading, like, when you and I were talking about it and there were synopsis and stuff, I was under the impression that at first the sexual nature was not consensual. And there are definitely moments that are super, super questionable. Like, he ties her up at one point, and she is not...
okay with it.
Not okay with it. And look, if you being tied up is cool, if you want that, that's cool. Good for you.
Consent.
Not for everyone. But consent. So, like, she wasn't into it in that moment.
Right.
And wanted out of the room, and he just tied her up and then let a different woman come in.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway,
she got to watch. She got a show.
She got a show. She got a show.
Not one that she really wanted.
No.
At first.
At first. I think
by the end she kind of liked it.
Probably.
Guess what? Guess who else liked it?
I mean,
this girl.
Guess who else liked it? Probably almost everyone on TikTok. I mean, like,
Yeah.
so the thing is, he also says, like, I won't touch you without your permission. And that's part of the line that really gets crossed there, is that he does touch her without permission there. Anyway, it's not as awful as I expected it to be.
Right.
She is really funny. There was the scene that I told my husband about that was hysterical to me, was a moment where he takes her on some trip, literally kicking and screaming. Like, she is fighting. She doesn't want to go on this trip. And the bodyguards literally carry her kicking and screaming onto the plane. And so now, like, he's talking to his cousin or whatever, and she is behind the cousin, suggestively licking an ice cream cone. And, like, this is what I mean, like, teasing the hell out of him. She walks by, again, suggestively licking the ice cream cone, and says, he's like, can you not do that, please? And she goes, I'm dirty. And he goes, seriously, please stop doing that. And she hands the ice cream cone to the cousin and then walks over to a fountain. And the cousin can see her. Massimo cannot. And the cousin goes,
Oh, his name is not Massimo.
yeah, it is. We'll talk about that later.
Okay,
We can't talk about it now. So
We can't talk about it on air.
no, we cannot.
No.
So the cousin can see her, and he goes, she's getting in the fountain. And he doesn't turn around, but he goes, no, she's not. He goes, she's in the fountain. And then he turns around to go get her and has to take her back to, like, the hotel that they're staying at, or the village, wherever the fuck they're staying. Like, and she's wearing all white. She's sopping wet. Like, see-through. She has little boobs and therefore no bra. And, like, it's just like, and everyone is staring. I mean, every single human is staring at them walk by. And that's right before that part we just talked about. Anyway, after that, some shit goes down, and it does get weird. I don't want to say what the ending is to the movie, and I don't know where it ends in the book, but the ending to this movie was so fucking terrible.
Really?
I was so pissed. Like, that's where you ended this movie?
Was it a cliffhanger?
It's a major cliffhanger. Now, I know, like, you know that what is inferred does not happen because there's a second book.
Right.
But, like, I was irritated. Like, when it ended, I was like, how is that possible? How are you ending it there?
Because they're waiting for the next movie.
I guess, but it's not in a good way. I don't think so. Maybe other people do, but again, this movie is about the sex. It's not about the plot. Like, let's just be real about that, because you have to ignore so many illegal and unforgivable behaviors.
Yeah.
I mean,
because that was the whole thing, was like,
it's highly criticized.
It was because of being the quote unquote rape culture. I mean,
yes.
And honestly,
Also,
it doesn't
he
sound like
kidnaps her. He literally kidnaps her.
It doesn't sound like it's rape.
No, it's not. I mean, no.
So, but that's what it was kind of touted as online.
Yeah.
And, we're talking about rape today. This is like Rape Central.
Just constantly.
Tonight.
You and I have not read a fucking book in the last, like, 2 months that has not had a sexual assault story in it.
I'm getting bummed, guys. I'm getting really fucking bummed.
Yeah.
Can we all as a society right now have a discussion? Well, you know what? Let's hold off. Let's hold off on that until we get to the book.
Yeah, we can.
Would you read the book?
No, I'm not reading the book.
Would you watch a second movie?
I am curious because I want to know. They are filming it. Oh, so I found that out right before we started recording.
Same peeps?
Yes, same people. They are making a second one. I don't think there's a release date yet. Probably sometime next year or the beginning of the year after. Or no, wait, it's already 2021. So probably at the end of this year, if not the beginning of next year. But as far as I can tell, it's all the same people.
How are they going to do that with COVID?
So that's like part of what's in this article is like, how do we film? God, this
Yeah, I
website
mean,
sucks. It keeps
Because
like,
Italy has been, for the most part, I would assume a lot of it actually is filmed in Italy. I mean, and Italy was
very shut down for a
unfortunately
long time.
There, yeah, because they had so many people die, and like, especially the first part of it. Oh, remember all the men were dying?
Yeah, right.
Really
Yeah,
crazy
and they
weird.
thought that it was like, yeah, right. So it
Yeah.
says there's no release date yet. It says, unfortunately, not anytime soon. Newsweek reported the production was supposed to start in August, this past August, but was postponed due to COVID. So I don't, it says we will not be able to shoot abroad this year because of the pandemic. I don't know what that means because pandemic means global pandemic. So I don't know, like, what that means. I mean,
because Netflix is housed here. I'm sure that's what they're thinking. Because
Right.
I think it is a Netflix feature.
yeah, it is.
Yeah, so that's probably what it is. Because they were probably going to Italy to film.
Yeah, I don't know how
Or
they would
maybe,
do it
like,
here,
the-
though. It's not any better here.
Well, a lot of times too, they might be in like the Ukraine or some crazy, like
Yeah.
something
I
stand
will
country.
say the scenery is beautiful. Like, especially at the end, like some of the panoramic shots that they're doing are beautiful.
In Stan, I mean like the old used to be Soviet Union countries that I don't even know
Right.
half of them. I just know that there's a Stan at the end of them.
Yeah, but there will be a second one, and I will probably watch the second one because I want to know what the fuck they do with this horrible, horrible ending to a film.
Well, you and I talked about the book series when this came out because I was like, have you fucking heard about this rape book or this rape movie?
Right.
And I know that there is a book because I read the fucking plot because we were texting to each other the plot, and so I think it's just being released in English, but it's a mess. Like it is not a happy ending, from what I could read.
It is not a happy ending.
No.
Nope.
No. Well, thank you.
Oh, you're so very welcome.
I do have to say, you didn't see 50 Shades, right? You didn't watch the movie.
I did see the first movie, I think. But
would
I
have
think
to
I also
say-
saw it like on TBS. So, like,
which fuck you, TBS. I mean, for reals.
why would you even bother
we
showing
think
it? You're
about
going to cut out
you
like a
might-
ton of stuff.
You might as well make it a 20-minute fucking movie at that point. Come the fuck on.
Yeah,
It's like
and I did
put
not read
Debbie
the
Does
book.
Dallas on fucking TBS,
Debbie Does Dallas. Oh my God.
which I've seen.
I've seen it.
Anyhow,
I mean,
who hasn't? Come on.
oh God, my mom
We
is
all went to college.
never going to talk to me again.
Next time I see your mom, she's going to be like, you're the one. You're the one who did this to my daughter. Anyhow, life. No, I have to say, having, again, seen just the good parts of this movie, that this movie is
Just
about
the good
100 times sexier than 50 Shades of Grey. The sex scenes are better.
Okay, so
I
this
think they have
is
better
not,
chemistry.
Oh yeah, but this is not like they could not make a movie like this in America. That's too prude. I mean, I know Netflix makes it, but like it's a Polish. But I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to show my hand. No, I'm not going to show my hand. Because I was going to say
it's
something.
racist.
Like,
It's more explicit than 50 Shades of Grey. Like 50 Shades of Grey has like explicit themes, but the way that it is filmed
well, okay,
and the
so
shots in particular is more explicit than 50 Shades of Grey, I think.
so there have been movies have had unsimulated sex scenes in the United States. Mainstream, quote unquote, mainstream movies.
Those wouldn't
I
have been
mean,
rated X though, because I
They're
know they're
rated NC-17. They're
Okay.
unrated or NC-17.
But this one I
they're,
think
for
is
the most
rated
part-
R, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, for the most part, they're not going to be in like major. You're not
Right.
going to see them in the theaters
Right.
for the most part. One of the big ones that was released in theaters was oh shit,
Oh God.
Antichrist, which did have unsimulated sex in it, penetration. It was also fucking disturbing as fuck.
I'll bet.
FYI, guys. But so I guess it just depends. Yeah, I mean that's a normal thing for European countries.
Yeah,
I mean that's
yeah.
just like that's because they're more liberated. I think we talked about that a couple episodes ago.
Yeah, we did.
But it's just different.
This movie on IMDb gets rated 3.2 out of 10 stars.
Oh, is it subtitled?
It is subtitled, yes. And you would not be able, I mean, there's some English, but he speaks Italian a lot, and she speaks Polish. And they speak English to each other. So, like...
That was the other drawback. I love foreign movies, but anymore, ain't nobody got time for that, subtitles.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I had to read every single, even the English, because their accents are very thick, so...
I have subtitles on all the time because I have my hearing loss, so...
Yeah, I get it.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Anyway, so if you are looking for some softcore porn, basically...
And who isn't?
Cruise on in.
Because we're in a pepperoni roll.
We're in a pepperoni roll.
Isn't looking for some sort of stimulation of some sort.
Mm-hmm. And let me tell you...
Vagine or otherwise.
Now, she is beautiful. And the guy who... I'm sorry, I don't know her name off the top of my head.
Something Polish.
It's three words.
Oh, she's got 3 names, too?
Yeah,
Anna Maria. Keep a track.
Anna Maria, son of a bitch. It's Eastern European. Anna Maria.
There's like a bunch of weird vowels.
Sikloka? I don't know.
Okay.
She is Polish. So, she's beautiful. Yeah. He, also beautiful. Holy shitballs. He is Italian. Michel Marone is his name. And he is... super hot. Anywho, we did say we'd be singing.
Oh fuck! It's stronger than gayer than ever.
All right, shall we take a brief respite?
Yeah, and yes, we should, and then come back with Dirty English.
Dirty English.
We're back in 2 and 2, bitches. What's that, Luna? Oh, you want to start a podcast? Okay, so what's it going to be about? History of the Byzantine Empire and how it relates to the Holy Roman Church through its culture, religious practices, and societal norms? Wow, that's intense. So how are you going to distribute your podcast to the world? Anchor.fm? Good call, Loons. You know that Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so you can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other platforms. That way you can spend more time chasing your brother Sherman and soaking up some sunbeams. I know Sherman can be a jerk, but he's just a cat, remember? And the other thing, it has everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Anchor.fm is like one-stop podcast creation. Plus, it's free. I mean, as a podcast spokesdog, you have no idea why things hold monetary meaning, but just know free is a good thing. Yes, so everyone should download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Okay, there's no need for that language. I think our enthusiasm is enough to encourage people to try it out. Seriously, Byzantine history, not like a dog treat or most doggy accessible park review? Okay, I mean fine, but if you have more listeners than us, no busy bones for like a week. Oh, I mean a day. Ugh, I can't stay mad at you.
Holla. That was awful.
I liked it.
I'm the worst. Why am I like this?
Why are you like what? You're fine. What are you talking about?
I am so annoying.
No, I've been fucking singing the whole episode so far. Even when we went to break, I was singing in the goddamn break. I don't know. I'm not even drunk. That's what's super sad.
We were having a Nelly discussion because Nelly is in this book.
Hot shit. I'm going down.
We did, before we started recording, the two of us were trying to figure out the lyrics to Country Grammar. Like, the two of us were back and forth singing on Zoom. We are losers. Like,
no. We are the whitest people on the planet. That's what it is.
We are the whitest people on this planet.
I said, there's my Caucasian showing. There's nothing worse than a white person trying to rap. I mean, sorry, Macklemore. Or Eminem. I did have a thing where I was, like, obsessed with Eminem for a little while.
Oh, duh. Yeah. And Curtain Call came out, of course.
Oh my God, right?
Also, he's been all over TikTok this week because, like, Gen Z is trying to, quote, cancel him or whatever. And people are just like, bitch, no. Like,
why? He's said some horrible things in the past, so.
But this is the point. Like, they just found the Rihanna song that he did.
Oh, Jesus
Love the Way
Christ.
You Lie. And so they're all like, cancel Eminem. And people are just like, bitch, listen. Eminem's first album cover was inferring that he was burying his dead wife's body with their 3-year-old in tow. Right. So, like, trust that literally nothing.
Go watch the video for Stan and come back and talk to me.
Or listen to, like, almost anything. Listen to Kim. Listen to Superman. Like, just trust that Eminem has been here longer than you've been alive. He's been pissing people off longer than you've been alive. And Eminem's not going anywhere.
One of his lyrics is literally, like, about how Fred Durst and Carson Daly had a fight about who Christina Aguilera gave head to first.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I mean, we all got over it. It's fine. We don't support it, but we got over it. I was the whitest person driving around.
It was also a long time ago.
It was.
Like, it was a different time.
I was literally the whitest person driving around thinking I was fucking the shit listening to Eminem with my windows rolled down. I was like...
Yeah. Me in high school.
Yeah. I was like... Yep. At the same time, the next album that would come on my 5-disc changer in my car was fucking In Sync. Like, no strings attached. So... I was cool.
We were so cool.
I saw In Sync when I was 21 years old.
I love you.
And we're laughing about this now, but this plays into it because I'm just going to say it now before we start. I have no fucking idea what time period this book takes place in.
It's very nebulous. It
is. And for me, not in a good way, just because I like to know what's happening in time because I'm a history nerd. So I'm like, you can't tell me Nelly and make references to Hugh Grant being hot.
There's also there's Pink references. Like she listens to Pink.
Which was 2001.
I mean, Pink has come out with stuff since then, but like she was really big. Like she first came out then. Like
because you were talking about Nelly and Pink. I mean,
right.
I don't know anything about this author, so she might be our age. I don't know.
Maybe. I saw a picture of her. I'm not sure how old she is, really.
Well, that being said...
I'm so bad at, like, knowing ages when I see people.
Me, especially
I'm terrible
working
at that.
with children, and I have no idea. I'm like, these kids look like they're 9, could be 21. I have no idea.
No idea. They're better at makeup than me, so, like...
Oh, fuck me. Jesus Christ. I can't even do a cat eye. I'm like, come on. Or like the wings. The
wings.
Well, I also don't have the eye shape for it. I think you have to have an eye shape for it. It doesn't. It looks stupid on me. It looks like...
Same. It looks stupid on me, too.
I know.
No.
Should we talk about this book?
We should. It's called Dirty English, and we were super excited to read it.
It is Dirty English, parentheses, British Bad Boys, Book 1, by Ilsa Madden-Mills. I'm going to read you a little synopsis of the book. Sorry, I was preparing myself. A scarred fighter, a girl with rules, one night of unbridled passion. We're going to come back to that. Hold on. There are 3 things you need to know about Elizabeth Bennet. She's smart as a whip, always in control, and lives by a set of carefully crafted rules. She's learned the hard way that people you love the most always hurt you in the end. But then she meets Declan Blay, the new neighbor at I was going to say Bay. The new neighbor at her apartment complex, a tattooed British straight fighter. He's the campus bad boy she's supposed to avoid. But when he saves her from a frat party gone bad, no. All her rules about sex and love fly out the window. She gives him one night of unbridled passion, but he longs for more. When only a cardboard thin wall separating their bedrooms, he dreams of possessing the vulnerable girl next door forever. One night, 2 damaged heart, the passion of a lifetime. A modern love story inspired by Pride and Prejudice. There's a lot of things not right about that synopsis.
There's some inaccuracies there.
For one, there is no unbridled passion one night.
No, and that makes it sound like it was they hooked up like right
And
after
then
the frat party, and then
Did not
but
happen.
that's not what happened.
Nope. And the other thing that did not happen was, one, the cardboard thin wall separate. No, not. I mean, yes, it does, but that doesn't play into any of it. Also, the frat party gone bad.
It didn't really
go bad.
No.
So
Not
that.
really.
Also, FYI, guys, this takes place in the United States.
Yeah, I assumed it would take place in England.
It's called Dirty English, wouldn't you think?
Right. But then
And there's a
like,
big
so-
fucking Union Jack on the cover.
Yes.
So,
But you do learn that like that's his nickname.
right.
Yeah. So that's why it's called that, which, fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, actually, like, what we usually do, so we do give a little bit of summary. So, I mean, to me, that is not a good summary. I'm not going to lie. There's a little bit more. So, Elizabeth Bennet. So, first, it
Legit
is
her name.
legit her name. There's a lot of Pride and Prejudice
Discussion
discussion, but that's about as far as it
and
goes.
inferences. Like they talk about it.
Yeah, caricatures, but nothing.
It doesn't like follow the storyline, I wouldn't say.
No. In fact, I think one of the reviews was like, totes, not Pride and Prejudice. And agreed.
It's Elizabeth Bennet's favorite book.
Right.
And it's also his favorite book.
Right.
Because he's fucking perfect.
And they did give his name. His name is Declan, right? Yeah, Declan
Yes.
Blay. So Declan Blay is a wannabe MMA, UFC.
Yeah,
fighter.
he wants to get into the UFC.
Yeah, and he when he starts the book, he's just bought his own gym. Elizabeth, they're all in college, and they are new neighbors.
He's like a year older than her.
He
Is
is.
like the
Senior
impression
year.
I get. Yeah.
And his major is what?
I don't know.
We don't have a major on pretty much anybody, but so Declan's also a twin.
Yes.
His twin Dax is a
He's a psych major.
psych major,
But I think that's the only one that we really know.
one of them I thought was a lit major. I thought Declan was a lit major.
He might be.
But we're not given. These are specifics that maybe would be pertinent to the story, but we're not given. I literally have no idea what anybody was actually there for school at. But she is an artist. And that almost made me think that was what her major is.
She's a jewelry designer.
Yeah, but I'm like, I can't imagine that's what her degree is in.
No, I doubt it.
I doubt it. And she's taking a lit class in her junior year. I'm like, that's not how that works. Unless you're in that major or it's pertaining to your major, that's gonna be something you take your freshman year.
There were some things with the college story that didn't. I guess we can get into that later.
Yeah. The best way to think of this book when we came out of this was it's a new adult romance. Let's just go from there.
It is. It's a new adult
romance. Which I've been out of the new adult age frame for a long time.
I wasn't good at new adulting when I was a new adult.
Oh, Jesus, no. No. Don't remember a lot of any of that because I went to a Catholic college.
I didn't, but still, like I did not have. I should have had more fun in college. Let's just put it that way.
I had too much fun. And any of my friends who remember me from college will probably agree. But yeah, I mean, if you think about this book as if it were an episode of One Tree Hill, I'm going to date myself and say Dawson's Creek or 90210.
You had brought up the Vampire Diaries.
Riverdale, any of these newer like CW shows.
Yeah.
That's where we're at. I mean, it's very much like melodramatic.
That actually helped me
Yes.
place it and helped me enjoy it more because like I am not a new adult. So
I've been an adult for a while.
Not that I'm good at adulting, but like
no, I'm not. I know I'm not.
No, I'm not.
But so I hate to say this, but I came into this book immediately turned off because one, it was new adult, and I was like, oh fuck, ain't nobody got time for this. And it was college. It was set in a college. I'm like, oh, for fuck's in an American college. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
In North Carolina.
In North Carolina, which I love North Carolina.
Yes, I love North Carolina. I lived in Charlotte for a little bit.
But I was like, nope. But when you do, so everybody, and there's nothing against, I mean, the writer is fine. So, I mean, I hate to be there. I'm like conning it right away, but I'm just saying, like, that's where my mindset was. And I was like, you know what? There was a couple scenes were so, like, over the top and a little dramatic. I was like, you know what? This reminds me of a One Tree Hill episode or.
Right. So then when you think of it like that, then you're like, oh, well, this tracks then.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, well, now I kind of like it because...
Right. These are 20-year-olds. Right. Yes. These are 20-year-olds who are like...
Who have no care in the world right now. Right.
Yes.
Because they don't they don't have fucking bills. Got it. Yeah. Oh, a job they have to fucking go
Well, at least, like, the friend didn't. I mean, I feel like Elizabeth was more understanding of, like...
Yeah.
Because she came from nothing.
Well, that's the other... Okay, so... All right. And the other thing we're going to go right into this, and this is going to be a con, but I think you and I are on the same page with this, is there was no trigger warning.
Yeah, there needs to be a trigger warning on this book. There's so much discussion of sexual assault and rape. Like, there needs to be a
The first chapter is...
Literally, the opening chapter
is her getting assaulted.
Yeah. Or just after she's assaulted. Like, her waking up and realizing what has happened.
Yeah. I mean,
Trigger warnings for this book are rape, sexual assault, and attempted suicide. So.
Right. So, just so you have it in your back pocket for that.
Yeah.
So Elizabeth has a lot going on, and she's from the wrong side of the tracks, as they would say. Mm-hmm. And so she, grew up very poor.
Literally in a trailer park.
In a trailer park with her grandmother. Her father's in prison.
No, her mom.
Oh, her mom was there.
But her grandmother was around. Yes, you're right. Yeah.
In fact, after she tried to kill herself, I think her grandmother passed away very shortly after. But so there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with Elizabeth. Mm-hmm. We don't see a lot of that early stuff. We are seeing a very small snippet of time in Elizabeth's life. So you're trying to infer a lot from this very small snippet of time. So, and then on
it's only like 2 months. I think the book takes place over like 2 months because the assault happens like prom night, and then like you fast forward 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, 3 years I think, because she's a junior. I think she's a junior.
Yeah, but I think it still said she was 20.
Which would be a junior. 18, 19, 20.
Yeah. You're right. So it's probably like 2.5 years, because it's the beginning of the school year.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, a lot happens in those 3 years that and you really don't get a vibe on her. Declan and Dax, his twin, on the other hand, have moved. Were pretty much moved here. I think when he said he was 14.
Yeah. Something like that, maybe?
Yeah, because his mother passed away. His mother ended up having a one-night stand with an ambassador. And she got pregnant. And she died of cancer. And then the day of her funeral, his father, who is an American, comes and pretty much takes them and brings them back to America. And they both have a very... Dax, not so much. Declan has a more contemptuous relationship with the father. Who ends up being a nice guy at the end. Yeah. He does have, his heart's in the right place.
Or at least he does good things in the end.
He does good things. But they have a half-sister, which they kept calling her stepsister. I was like, that's a half-sister.
But it seems like it seems like it would be a half-sister.
Oh, it's gotta be, because he talks about how the father didn't marry the mother and went home because he already had a family in the United States.
That's nice.
Yeah, so...
Why are men? This week. And why are men?
We had that text exchange numerous times. Why are men?
Why are men?
Why are men? So that's pretty much setting it up. Do you think any more is needed?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Yeah. Do you want to go into our compliment sandwich?
Yes.
Okay, go for it, lady.
Because
you're gonna take my top bun, and it's gonna be fine.
I know, but it's fine. We'll share the top bun, which is Declan.
Yes.
God, yes. Declan is awesome. Declan is like almost perfect.
Almost.
He is sweet and kind and caring and protective of her. He's British, which like takes that up a few notches.
Right.
He is ambitious. He wants to be in the UFC. He is only really using street fighting, which like this underground network of like illegal fights in order to fund his gym. Like that's the reason he's doing it.
Can we pause for a second? I just want to ask, Elizabeth had an issue with the fighting. Why?
Yeah. Because her father killed someone in like a fight, a bar fight, and he's in jail.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's so Elizabeth has an issue. Unpause. So Elizabeth has an issue with the fighting. She's not down with that. She doesn't like men who use their fists.
Right.
But I mean,
She gets over it.
She gets over it.
Because it's fucking Declan.
Because it's fucking Declan, and also he's like, I can only imagine to be super hot. Like she says that he is beautiful. Like on many, many occasions, she talks about how beautiful he is. Like I think Shelley, the friend, like describes him as like poetry in motion. He's very fit. He is ripped also. He loves Pride and Prejudice, his favorite fucking book. Again, very possibly perfect.
Yeah.
Very, very close to being perfect.
Agreed. I mean,
He, as someone on TikTok, I cannot remember what video this was. It may have been something from Savage Mom Life. But one of the comments that I read this week was, I would climb over my husband's dead body to get to that man. Someone else, FYI, commented
Co-signed.
below and said, he doesn't have to be dead.
just a body. It could be unconscious. It's fine.
He could be completely conscious.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to join in. That's fine too. What?
Fine too. What?
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I would not. I love you, baby. But like, Declan really is amazing.
Like, it was really funny is like, he's supposed to be Darcy. Guess what? He's not Darcy because
No.
you're talking to one of the craziest Pride and Prejudice fans. I mean, I'm a big fan. There are obviously crazier Pride and
Both
Prejudice
of us
fans.
have read Pride and Prejudice many times.
I mean, right now, it has been for the many, many years tied with North and South by Elizabeth Gaskell.
Sure, yeah.
Because to me, North and South is Pride and Prejudice with unions.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same sort of setup. I mean, literally the same setup. But Declan, as much as I think he's fantastic, he's not Darcy.
He's not Darcy.
He's not Darcy. Because you don't hate Declan at any point in this book.
Nope. At no point in this book do you
No.
hate Declan. Not
there's
one
points-
fucking time.
There's point in Pride and Prejudice that you don't like Darcy.
Yeah.
Especially in the beginning when he fucking turns Elizabeth down and, makes fun of the sisters. And I mean, there's a lot of things. And then when he proposes in spite of himself, Beth McFadden in the rain. What?
I think Darcy is the reason I love the word arduous.
I have tried and... Oh my God. I just think of... Okay, so yes, I do love Colin Firth's Darcy.
Of course.
It's like my favorite. It's my first Darcy.
It's canon.
It's canon Darcy. However, Matthew McFadden's Darcy is pretty fucking baller. When he proposes to her the first time and they're in that like outdoor
Oh, yeah.
thing.
Like, and it's raining.
And he goes in and after they fucking go after each other, yet they still want to they still go in to kiss each other. It is the hottest. They might as well be naked and fucking each other. It's so hot. It's so hot.
It's like pre-porn.
So when you put in your synopsis that it is based on Pride and Prejudice, I better
Or
fucking
at least
see
inspired by...
Yeah, I better see something. But anyhow, I digress.
I don't think he's like Darcy, but
No,
like...
he's not. He's not. But he's fantastic. He's a great hero.
He's amazing. Yeah.
a great
Declan
hero.
is awesome.
Because, like, even he recognizes at the first party that, like, the frat party gone awry, which is bullshit.
It doesn't really go awry.
It doesn't. His brother is...
She does have a panic attack, but, like, it's not...
And it's not even, like, a full-blown attack. She starts to get upset.
She's freaking out a little bit.
A little bit. But...
It's PTSD related.
Yeah. But he is a gentleman the whole time. Like, he's a gentleman even when she just pretty much propositions him. And he's like,
yes.
No, not happening. Not.
Yes.
And he is a gentleman through the whole fucking book for the most part.
Mm-hmm. Because Elizabeth, except when you don't want him to be. What?
That's in a fighting arena. What?
So Elizabeth only does one night stands. She does not. She doesn't want a relationship.
She puts herself in some dangerous situations.
She does. Yeah. She does. But she only wants to do one night stands and won't repeat, and does not. She has no desire to fall in love. That scares the hell out of her. She doesn't want to do it. So everything about, like, her rules that are inferred are one night stands, and I will not develop feelings for anyone. It's one night. They come to my place so that I can be completely in control. I'm on top, and he leaves, and I never talk to him again. Like, those are basically the rules.
Yeah. Those are my rules. Kidding, it's not my rules.
Which Declan is like, I don't want those rules.
Which, again, make him a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
So, you still my pro.
I know. I'm sorry. I knew I would, but, like, how could I not?
I knew. Because, I mean, I can't say Dax, but, I mean, it's just Declan, but squared. So, what I'm going to say is you're going to hate me forever, is this, because I don't know.
Untrue. You could, literally doesn't matter what you're about to say. I'm not going to hate you forever.
I don't know when the fuck this book takes place.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this reminds me of 2001. Pre 9/11. Let's just say that. How about 2000? Let's just say 2000.
Because of the music, like, that they talk about.
And I think about, like, that time period, and that is when I was watching. I didn't really watch One Hill, but I watched Dawson's Creek. I watched Roswell. I watched all of those, like, tweeny shows at that time, because, like, the girls in the dorm and or in our apartment would sit down every week and fucking watch these shows. So it brings me back to a point where I was like, that was fun. That was fun being an undergrad and doing these things that these girls should be doing, not trying to kill themselves and worry about
that is
sexual
something
assault.
that she talks about, is, like, she's trying to live a normal life. Like, she's
brings
really,
up Downton
really
Abbey.
trying. She does. Oh, that's right. She watches Downton Abbey.
Okay, so I
Which
don't
is
mean to go into cons
new.
right away. But like, so this is what was throwing me off. I kept texting V and being like, what the fuck year is this? Because for once, it was like Nelly and Pink, which were big. They were both big in 2000. Talking about butterfly charms and necklaces, which were big in 2000.
Right.
I mean, they talk about a sex symbol, a British sex symbol being Hugh Grant.
Right.
And who was the other one? The other one was somebody older, too.
Oh, God, I can't remember now.
Wasn't Sean Bean.
It was, like, literally in the same sentence. It was like Hugh Grant and now I can't remember who it is.
Oh, fuck. Because I texted it to you. But I was like, those people are both 60 years old.
Right. For reference, Downton Abbey was on from 2010 to 2015.
There's just no way this could have been 2010. There's just no way, which is fine. You want to throw it back. I don't know how old this author was, and I know you want to make it timeless, but I need a touchstone of some sort. You can't talk about Nelly. I mean, I'm surprised they didn't talk about a fucking Razor phone.
Actually, that's something that's
a Nokia.
Oh my God.
And that was bothering me who the other British person was.
I don't know. I mean, you would have texted it to me, but, like, we text so much that
I know. It's gone. It's lost to the ether forever.
It's lost to the ether. I'm never going to be able to find that. There's no possible
Oh, wait,
way.
hold on. I have it. Jude Law. Jude Law is
Jude
in
Law.
his fucking 50s.
That's right.
I love Jude Law. I find him attractive, but I'm 40, so I'm not allowed to. I don't find Hugh Grant attractive anymore. But, yeah, so that was my pro, is, like, remembering back to my college days. And I was like, well, I did have fun.
And that was
I did have
nice.
fun.
Like,
yeah.
thinking back to, like,
When no care in the world.
Yeah, I mean, we, like, my friends and I used to, there was the pizza part, like, where they all kind of go out for pizza to, like, the but it's, like, also at the student center.
Union, yeah.
Yeah, like, we had a Pizza Hut in our student union, and so we would, like, breadsticks with marinara all the time. I mean, we were the fattest. Ate so many carbs.
Most of us joined Club Crew just to, like, fucking...
just to, like,
eat all the carbs we could.
Yeah, I mean, oh my God. Like, it was just... But I thought about that. Like, sitting in, like, the student union with my friends after class, eating fucking breadsticks.
We knew all the
Pizza
drink
Hut.
specials at all the bars in the area. We knew which ones had quarter drafts. We which knew had $1 Long Islands. Yep.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we knew, like, which dirty restaurants were too dirty to eat at.
I once saw someone smoking crack on a dance floor. Happened.
One of my friends worked at a restaurant for, like, a little bit. And she was like, please don't eat there because I literally watched cockroaches crawl across the floor in the kitchen.
I had a friend who worked at Chi-Chi's. If I remember Chi-Chi's before it closed.
Chi-Chi's.
They would get high during their lunch breaks.
Shocking. That's, like, I would say pretty common in restaurants.
I mean, right? I mean, again, not
And I
shocker
say
that
that is,
Chi-Chi's
like,
closed.
But I also say that as, like, a person who used to work in a restaurant and also, like, a person who has known many people who've worked in restaurants or still work in restaurants. So, like...
Right. Not a shocker.
It's just not shocking is all I'm saying.
No.
Anyway, should we move on to cons or, like, the meat of the sandwich?
Yeah, I mean... Yeah.
Okay, so now, new adult is not my fave. And mainly because I'm old, man. And like,
it's hard to relate. It's hard
to relate because for me, and again, like, some people love new adult and that's fine. Like, this is a reason I won't read young adult anymore. Like, unless it's something like John Green, I might read occasionally. But, like, I mean, I read The Fault in Our Stars. Ray is not on board, and that's fine. But I'm not sad that we stuck a new adult romance on here. No. But it's not, and I didn't hate the book by any means.
No, I didn't either.
I enjoyed the book. I mean, truthfully, like, I did. But, like, it's
you have
not.
to be in the headspace.
You got to be in the headspace. At least for me, I needed. Once you were like, it's like the Vampire Diaries. I was like, again, never watched that show, but, like, that makes sense to me. Like, putting it back in that context, made more sense to me. Where then I could be like, oh right, like, these. In my mind, I'm just expecting, like, adults, but they're not. I mean, they're college students. Like, they are still kind of children.
Right.
So
and you're taking in what would be a regular adult novel, you're taking the, and I don't want to say importance, but the pressure off. Mm-hmm. And the dire circumstances that sometimes adults are like, oh, I got fucking bills, man.
Right. Well, and, like, the maturity aspect. I mean, you can't expect a 20-year-old character to be as mature as a 30-year-old character. You just can't. The life experience between those, no matter how hard the first 22 years of your life were, you're still not 30 years old. Like, it's different. The amount of things that you go through between 22 and 30 are super, super different. It's a different lifetime. Like, so once I got in the right headspace, I was better off. But something that I would have liked to have seen more of, and I think this book is kind of short. It's only like 250 pages.
Right. And that's
like,
to its detriment too.
Yeah. I think if it were we've said before on this show that I get annoyed when a romance novel is less than 300 pages because I'm like, it really takes you like 300 pages to me, in my opinion, in order to get into each character and understand each character and then have a happy, like, some sort of resolution to the storyline.
Yeah, agreed.
So for me, with another 50 pages, I could have seen more of the personal growth in Elizabeth. Because I would have liked to have seen more of her realizing I don't have to let this one experience in my life destroy the rest of my life. I can, because that one experience on prom night not only destroyed her love life or any possibility of one, but it also completely stole her, like, she talks about how it ripped all of the creativity out of her body and how, like, she doesn't make jewelry anymore, but she loved it. And I would have liked to have seen her find that creativity again. And she does.
She does, but not like
but
to
it's
the point.
not very, like, it's not a
touched
journey.
On, no,
like,
it's touched
just,
on very lightly.
Yeah. And then also, like, at one point, her friend Shelley, like, on her behalf without telling her.
I'd be so fucking pissed.
I would be so pissed. Like, sends old drawings of hers to a jeweler to like sell her shit, which works out, but like but I would have liked to have had more build up to that kind of thing, and then some more like her recapturing that like need or drive to create pieces again.
Right. I mean, we need... Okay, so, yes. I mean, there needs to be the catharsis of it, and there's not that. We don't see the... How... Oh, okay, and I guess this is where my con's going to come in, and this is where I started to talk about before, and I said I'm just going to hold off, is you and I have read so many fucking books about sexual assault in the last month.
So many.
And... let me just say, when I started this book, I was pissed. I was pissed because I thought, for one, and I think we have recorded an episode. We've got one in the bag. We talk about this more, so I'm not going. I'm going to say it now, but you're going to hear more about it in the other book. Is that I'm a sexual assault survivor, and. This, to me, for it to be, one, no trigger warning on it, two, to be the first fucking chapter of the book was disturbing.
Just absolutely opened it, like...
Yep. Especially since my experience was very similar to what the experience was in this book. Well, one of my experiences in this book. But
really hit home hard, quickly.
Hit home hard. And so you've already got me at a disadvantage. You already have me pissed off. That this is where I'm starting. Yeah. Then you throw in a suicide.
Which is kind of glossed over at first.
Exactly. Which is, well, pretty much through the whole fucking book.
She only talks about it. She talks about it one time.
Tangentially. Exactly. Yeah. Which I'm like, bitch, that's a lot.
It's a lot to unpack. Again, like another 50 pages might have served well.
Almost to the point where you're like, why even add these pieces? Mm-hmm. Can he just be a jerk? Could he have just done a Carrie and, embarrassed her at prom? Yeah. Why did he have to sexually assault her? Yeah. That's and
in such like a
horrific manner. Yeah. Horrific manner that ruined her in the town that she lived in. Yes. And then that's just forgiven. Not even forgiven, like you said, glossed over. I should be like forgotten. That's what I should say. Forgotten, not so much forgiven, because he's never forgiven. No. Was to me, it took a lot away from anybody who is a victim of sexual assault. Is downplaying their experience a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I get it. Again, I think having a trigger warning is a big deal. It's having a trigger warning of sexual assault is not a deal breaker to me. No. I just want to fucking know so that when I literally open my Kindle to the first page of the book, and I'm reading like an account of someone waking up from like an experience she does not recall.
Right.
That is like, again, hits close to home for me. So like, I would have liked to have known that, because
Right.
it was a lot. It was a lot to take that, and that's the prologue. Like, that's
Right.
before the book begins, you know? So like,
Right.
having that at the very, very fucking beginning was just,
Right.
it almost made me, like, we were texting back and forth, like, maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah.
And I'm not, in the end, I didn't hate the book at all.
No,
and I enjoyed
no.
the book. And it wasn't like gratuitous. It was there
No.
as a part of her character development, and I get that, but like,
To a point. And that's
Sure.
where I'm going to come
could
in
it
and
have
say,
been, a different device? Could something, like you were saying,
Right.
like, could he have just embarrassed her or something? Probably. You know, like, does it really have to be always violence against women?
and that's where we're you and I are, I think, on the same page on this. Is like, guys, okay, let's just say that every writer out there right now who's writing a book, who's putting together their notes on something, both of us have read numerous articles in the last couple of weeks, because we've had to deal with this on a number of different books.
Yes.
Sexual assault has become very popular in books, in the plot of many romance, more so in crime novels, which disturbs me to no end, but which I don't read too many. I like thrillers. I like romantic thrillers. Like, I love Linda Howard, but I mean, I don't read them too often because of that fucking trope.
Right. Because, like, maybe we don't want to
Relive our lives.
maybe we don't want to relive, like, one of the reasons that we like romance is maybe because it helps us escape.
Right.
So, like,
And yeah. So when you're putting those scenes in a book, I implore you, does this, one, further the plot? Two, does this enhance, does the character grow from it? Is it indicative to what the character goes through? Three, is it gratuitous?
yeah. Does
Four,
it need to be there?
does it need to be there?
Yeah.
Because, I'm sorry, part of me thinks that this didn't need to be there. And that's just my own opinion. Because, like I said with the suicide, we pretty much gloss over it. I mean, she mentions it twice.
When she's finally coming clean to Declan, that's like the only time she talks about it.
And to me,
Otherwise,
why
it's,
even
and it's
put it
like
in
two
there?
sentences. I mean, it's not.
Why even put it in there? And so, what could have been, for me, a much better book, to me, as I would have enjoyed it a whole heck of a lot more if I didn't have this. You could have had her do anything. Like, it didn't have to be sexual assault. It could have been her mom was her dad was a drunk. That's, even that's still horrible too. But, or doesn't.
He's a murderer.
He's a murderer. I mean, that's bad enough. I mean, can't she just hate men because her dad's a murderer?
And her mom is a piece of shit human.
Yeah. So can't we just go off of that? Why does she have to get sexually assaulted too? And she puts herself in dangerous situations that, I'm going to tell you, as a sexual assault survivor, I wouldn't put myself in.
I would not.
So part of it is also, guys, if you're writing this, also do some research. I hate that because I said this in the last episode too, but please, I implore you, because for those who've gone through it, it's not, it cheapens not cheapens, that's not the word I want to say. It downplays what we went through.
And I will say, like, women work through it differently. I know women who need alcohol in order to have sex.
Yep.
Or like they did at some point, and maybe
Yeah.
they don't anymore, but like for
Or
a long time.
who are now not with a male.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there are like what was the shit? What was the name of the book? The Rachel Higginson book with shit. The one that we read that was about Ezra's sister.
Yes.
Why can I not fucking remember the name any of this right now? So okay, it's called The Something About Her. That's the name of the book. And at the current moment, it starts with a D. That's Dylan. Yes, God damn it.
Dylan.
So Dylan's book.
And Van.
Dylan and Van in The Something About Her, which is by Rachel Higginson, and is an excellent book. We've recommended it. Mm-hmm. It's spot on. We recommend that, of course, with the trigger warning of sexual assault. But like Dylan's character dealt with that by not having sex with anyone for like 6 solid years. Mm-hmm. Literally. So there's two ends of the spectrum there where some survivors just stop having sex because they can't, it's too triggering, it's too traumatizing. And then there are some who, in order to enjoy it, have to have their minds at least be partially distracted by alcohol or
Muted.
drugs or whatever. Yeah, be dulled to some extent. So I respect and understand that everyone copes with that trauma differently. But I don't know, as a woman, like I wouldn't want to bring men back to my apartment because then they know where I live.
Right.
But also you don't want to go to their apartment because then what if you can't leave? You know, I mean, I don't know.
Her whole thing with so what she would do is she'd find the person in class that was like the quietest, wasn't she? She'd find somebody who was like unassuming. She never found a good looking guy.
Yeah, she specifically did not want extremely attractive men.
Or wealthy people.
Right. She wanted everything that like the person who assaulted her was not. And he was wealthy, he's the son of a senator, and very like beautiful.
Which I get. I mean, again, it's not something that I think about. Like, it's not something that's a criteria for me anymore.
Right.
Like, so again, okay. But, so, which makes it even kind of creepier. there's something creepy about it to me. It's just.
But again, she's 20 and had no one. Her father's in prison. Her mom is a fucking basket case. Yeah. So she only had like other 18-year-olds. And a grandmother who died, And her grandmother's dead. So like she only had other 18-year-olds to lean on. She had Shelley and she had Blake, and that was it.
There's no support system. Like, I mean, Shelley and Blake are there, but they don't really.
But again, they're 18-year-olds. Like,
right.
how?
And they don't understand what she went through.
No.
We don't talk about her getting therapy.
No.
So
how would she have had a support system to get therapy?
Right. So it's like, there's a lot going on. That's like.
It's a lot for a 20-year-old to handle. I mean, we're talking about like a new adult novel. That's a lot for a 20-year-old to be dealing with.
In a 200-page book.
Yeah.
I mean, this should be to get into and
you could
do
easily
justice,
make this a 350-page book.
To do justice for what? Oh, easily. I was going to say 400. I mean, to do justice for what the character needs to happen to them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's my con. It's pretty the biggest con for me. It was like. I mean, I texted you and I was like, oh, just fucking buckle up, man. Buckle the fuck up.
I mean, all of that being said, the episode that we've already recorded that will come out at the end of the month, I kind of talked about this as well. I know that romance really, in general, or at least in the last couple decades, has like shied away from assault stories. At least in like the real-time version of it, like if it's discussed as part of the story that is currently happening.
The present
day.
Like
the current plot line or whatever, it's very dulled. But the thing is, if we don't talk about it, then it gives the abusers power. Mm-hmm. And so
Agreed.
I'm not opposed to
No.
assault being in the storyline, but as you were saying, it needs to serve a purpose. It needs to not just be a device that moves the plot along, but be like a thing that the character needs to be dealing with and shows, I like that.
Growth.
Yeah, it shows growth. I like that, if women read it and they're like, oh, so I'm not alone in this.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to bring up, I don't know that I effectively discussed it, but something that I think is really important to me as a person who has been through this is like being able to go through this horrible, shitty ordeal and then being able to process it, get the support you need, and then still like live a happy life, regardless of what that means, whether you are living that, living that life single, living that life in a relationship, living that life married, or in a polyamorous relationship, or whatever that means to you, that you can find a way to live a healthy, happy life after that horrific, fucking awful event happened to you.
Yep.
That's the happy ending to me. Finding a way to be healthy and happy on your own is important to me. And I want women to see that. I want women to read these stories and be like, that character was able to figure it out. And yes, she is fictional, but art imitates life. So,
Yeah.
you know, like, I don't know. I would really, really like to read a book that does not include sexual assault next time.
Can we just like
I just
that?
want to fucking break. Like, I
Right.
cannot, I just want to break.
I mean, this one was more. The other one that we were talking about, we keep referring to, it's not gratuitous. It furthers the plot, and it is
Yes.
about the emotional, like how this character comes back from that.
Yes.
Like how they are mended, how they heal from it,
And
This
how it
is-
has fucked her life
Right.
completely.
This is just like, here it is,
Yeah.
deal. It's like
Yeah.
I don't need a deal. I'm good.
Yeah.
But
I have sought the therapy.
Yeah. I got the therapy because FYI, guess what else I read is Enemies to Lovers. What? So I hate to say it, but I do have another con. And I brought it up. I feel like such a bitch. I'm going to do this guys, guess what? FYI, every time that I have too many cons, I'm just going to be like, I'm such a fucking bitch. But I'm the bitch. She's the nice one. She's forgiving. I'm not.
We had this discussion earlier. I said,
Yeah.
no, I have mental illness.
I said, no, you're just forgiving. I'm just a fucking bitch. So don't put Pride and Prejudice inspired by, based on, thought about, because of, referred to, when your story has nothing to do with Pride and Prejudice. It really doesn't. I mean, if you squint real hard and clench your asshole, maybe it does. But sorry, just because you put Elizabeth Nicole Bennett, which we have a friend named Nicole, and I love her dearly.
I love her.
We love her dearly. But
I don't have a problem with
FYI,
the name.
I don't have a problem with it. It just doesn't go together. It's not what they would have named fucking Elizabeth Bennett. Her name would have been Elizabeth, like, Catherine Bennett or something
probably,
back then.
probably.
Yeah. Or something along. She wouldn't have probably no, she would have had like 4 names. Elizabeth Calliope Bennett. Anyhow, yes. So you can't put that it's based on it when it doesn't fucking have anything to do with Pride and Prejudice. I mean, it really doesn't. You're shoehorning it, and it's not working.
It was a selling point for us. Like, in that we
Yep.
wanted to, it made us
Yep.
want to read it,
Yeah.
but it was not.
Bridget Jones, you are not.
That being said, I really didn't dislike the book.
Oh No, I keep saying that. Like, these are cons, but that's how this works. It's a compliment sandwich.
Yeah, it's a compliment sandwich.
Right.
We're going to talk about good stuff in a second here, okay?
Yeah, bitches. Settle down. Get up a goddamn back. Okay, but, yeah, because even after, like, I kept going, okay, so is this character Jane?
Yeah, we had text
Charlotte?
discussions a lot about that.
And when I finished, I was like, oh, so that's Charlotte.
Yeah.
And that's Collins. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, where's the Wickham? There needs to be, I guess, is Brody the Wickham?
Oh, God, I'm going to have to reread
what the fuck his
Pride and
name
Prejudice
is?
again.
Colby the cheese, is he Wickham? Just rewatch the one with Keira Knightley and Matthew McFadden. I mean, because again, I love the one with Colin Firth, but who got sick? Who's got 6 hours, man?
Right. And actually, something that that we talked about before we even really started, like you open the book or the Kindle.
Oh yes, this should have been red flag number 1.
Red flag. So I guess I'd have to see how the movie is like credited. You know, like what the full title of the movie is. Look up what the full title of that Keira Knightley version is, because
I know it's just Pride and Prejudice, but yeah,
is it? So the quote at the beginning is, "You have bewitched me, body and soul," which is the beginning of then him saying, I love you.
I love you. Oh God, in the way he just stutters.
Yes. His little eyelid flutter. Like, I just can't fucking handle it. And so that is the quote at the beginning. But correct me if I'm wrong, that's not in the original text.
'Tis not. No, he says, if your feelings have remained unchanged, please tell me and I will speak no more of it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
No, he does not say anything like that. No, it is just Pride and Prejudice, 2005.
Yeah. So the thing is, I love that quote from that movie. That is like...
I burn for you.
Yeah, that's basically I burn for you. I mean, it is just, that is old English, I burn for you. And it's just like, I mean...
But again, that should have been our red flag. Like, this is not going to be Pride and Prejudice. No. Mm-mm. I mean, there are so many Pride and Prejudice
so many like takes on it. Isn't there like Pride and Prejudice and zombies or some shit? Like, I mean,
which I fucking love.
Did you like it? I didn't see it.
I've seen the movie and I've listened to the audiobook, and they're both amazing. They're funny. They're really funny. Actually, honestly, I actually kind of love the ending of the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, because it's like, because fucking Elizabeth Bennet is a badass in that movie, because she beats she saves Mr. Darcy. Like, he's like overcome by zombies. She fucking pulls his ass up, puts him on a horse. She and him and the horse jump a huge it's amazing. I 100% need to watch. You need to watch it. It's great.
I'll watch that.
It's great.
It'll probably take me 3 installments, but I will.
It's like steampunk. It's like steampunk. It's great. I mean, it's great. And there's a Sense and Sensibilities and Sea Monsters. I've not read that one.
Oh my God.
I love it. I mean, again, I've said before on this podcast, I fucking love the Mormon version of Pride and Prejudice. Come on.
Lily James is in that movie?
Yeah, isn't she Elizabeth?
She's Elizabeth.
She's amazing in it. I love the guy who plays Darcy. I don't know what his name is. He's cute.
Sam Riley.
He's adorable. He wears a fucking leather duster for most of it.
Oh, yeah.
Lena Headley plays Lady Catherine de Bourgh.
Oh, God. Okay.
She also was kind of dating Pedro Pascal for a little while. Then she married some other guy.
I know how you feel about him.
Oh, how I feel about him in my loins.
What? It's on Amazon Prime. I can rent it on Amazon Prime.
Oh, totally. It's great. It's great. It's Pride and Prejudice, but fucking dead people. I mean, that's great.
You know, it's fine.
Yep. And the guy who plays Bingley's pretty cute too.
Yeah, I saw that.
Who plays Jane?
Jane is played by Bella Heathcote.
Oh, she's cute. So that's my.
I'll watch it.
I mean, do you want to go to the bottom bun?
Yeah, we should. Bottom buns. So my bottom bun is the dragonfly and the significance of the dragonfly.
Oh, that's sweet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really sweet. I don't know if I really want to. Do we want to say what it? I guess it doesn't really give anything away.
Well, I already said his mom died, so.
Yeah, so he kind of explains it more. I won't go into full detail about it, but Declan loves dragonflies and feels that whenever he sees a dragonfly, it's like his mother's spirit because his mother loved dragonflies. Mm-hmm. So whenever he sees one, he feels like his mom is
there,
like touching base with him. So yeah. So anyway, I loved that. I thought that was very sweet. It was prevalent. It played a role through the entire.
Also made me think of 2001. What?
Yeah, right. Because butterflies. But it played a role even like in the chapter switches, how it would switch back and forth between his perspective and hers. There were dragonflies in hers, and then his was a Union Jack flag. So, I mean, I enjoyed that. I thought it was cute. It kept coming back. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed that part. Also, just, Declan.
So, I thought you were going to take this one, but I'm going to take it. I fucking love Dax.
Yeah, I do. I also love Dax. Yeah.
So, it's like it's like a Mr. Hyde to Declan's Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like Dax is the bad half of Declan, but in a good way. He's like
he's still a good person.
He's a good person. He's just like he's a scumbag a little bit, but kind of a good scumbag.
Well, he's a fuckboy. I mean, like
he's a rent boy. Exactly. Yeah.
Like I mean, he's very good to Elizabeth. Very good to Elizabeth.
He kind of loves Elizabeth a little bit. I think. Well, no, we know that if Declan hadn't quote unquote claimed her, it would have been Dax would have been all over that. I think he kind of fell in love with her.
Yeah, I think he kind of loves her a little bit, and I think probably toward the end, like they love each other like family. So, I mean, Dax, I think he puts on a show and he has a persona, but I think he's still a really great character, and I think he's still a really caring person.
Well, and I think that threw me too because I was thinking like, who's going to end up with Dax in this book? Because again, if you're following Pride and Prejudice rules, who marries Dax? Which I imagine Dax is the Mr. Bingley, would be the Jane,
right? But it's not.
FYI, Dax gets his own book. So
he does. Filthy English, which is the second in the series.
Nobody is in with Dax. So,
but you did say at one point, well, I won't give that part away, but
we want to spoil.
We want to spoil all of it.
Because we do want to recommend the book, so we're not
going to spoil. I mean, listen, it's not a bad book at all.
No. But he's my second pro. I loved him. Yeah. I mean, again, he looks Dax like fucking Declan. So, I mean, we were laughing because we were doing stunt casting. I'm like, well, I got a stunt cast one.
We don't. Yeah, we didn't. So we don't typically tell each other who we're stunt casting ahead of time.
We just knew that we didn't have to do two.
Right. I just knew it would be like double. And I was like, the person that I stunt cast as Declan, if he were doubled, something would just spontaneously set on fire. Like
probably my crotch, my vagine.
Probably your vagine.
Yep, my vagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, probably.
Well, speaking of,
should we do that or quotes?
How about, do you want to take a break and come back, or do we want to do what?
Yeah, we can do that. Sure, yeah, we can do that.
Do you want to come back and then do all of our stuff, the rest of it? Or do we want to continue on now?
We take a little break.
Okay. That's sexy. I like it.
I told you I'm going to be a phone sex operator in my retirement.
ASMR. I saw a video the other day, somebody doing ASMR of just like cutting shit. I was like, I don't understand what this means. People like getting off on it. I'm like, he's literally just cutting Play-Doh with a knife. I don't understand what's happening. Should I be turned on? Am I weird? Is something happening? Nothing's happening down below. I don't know what's going on.
I don't want that.
No, I don't. You know what? I'd rather just some guy talking dirty to me in my ear.
I have heard that on TikTok too.
We'll talk about that off air because you're going to give me those TikToks.
But you can never find them again.
Oh, Jesus. FYI to TikTok, can you fucking make it easier for me to
Improve
find
your
shit?
search feature. Jesus.
Jesus Christ. Like, I'm like...
Are we old? Is this just showing our age? All the Gen Zers are going to be like, this is so easy. Oh, my God.
Why don't you part your hair in the middle and not wear skinny jeans?
Fuck off. All right. We'll be back.
Okay. Bye.
And we're back.
Okay, there we go. It's recording.
I can't decide if it's phone sex operator or NPR.
Maybe a little bit of both. Maybe a sexy NPR commentator.
Ooh.
Yeah. It's like, what the hell?
Sweaty balls.
Anywho.
So, quotes.
Quotes.
All right, I'm going to go in page number order because I have them written down. This one is sweet. It's on at least the Kindle page 117. Declan is seeing her scars for the for the second time, actually. But he's talking about how they're beautiful, and her inner monologue, she says, big moments happen with the smallest of actions, and sometimes it's not until later we connect the dots. But in that instant, I knew somehow, some way, Declan was going to own my heart. It terrified me and excited me all at the same time. I know, Declan.
But at the same time, you're fucking 20 years old.
Yeah, you're fucking 20. What do you got for me?
All of mine are sad. Although, okay, so the ones where I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But the one I did think was funny was, okay, well, there's two. One is, I needed to punch something. I stripped off my shirt, yanked on some gym shorts, and picked up my gloves. I was like, all right, I'm following you on that one.
I'm down with, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
The one I did laugh at was, heck, I'd already pictured us lying in a pile of old books, stark naked, and smoking a satisfying cigarette. Because this is like after she realizes that he loves Pride and Prejudice, and she imagines them reading it together, and I was like, fuck yeah, hell yeah, that's what I got for you.
I have two more. This one made me laugh. I don't remember actually what is happening at this point, but it's not too long after that. It says, the chime on the overhead door went off as Dax and Declan both walked into the cafe entrance. Shelley came to attention. The British are coming! The British are coming!
I like that, yeah.
That made me laugh. And then the last one that I have is, I guess, more toward the end. Loving Declan was like the rainstorms I love to dance in. Crazy and unpredictable, sometimes turbulent, sometimes gentle. I didn't know if I was going to get struck by lightning, but one thing was for sure, I wanted him anyway.
No.
I know, it's cute, right?
It's Soups is. The other one I have, this one was kind of like a what the fuck, because it goes back to our con discussion. 2 days later, my mom still wasn't home from Vegas, and I slit my wrist to end the blackness. Really?
Her mom sucks.
That's, well, one, her mom fucking sucks. Two, that's all we get. We don't get anything else.
That's the only discussion, right?
I was like, you can't drop a fucking sentence like that. I mean, I have some other ones that are highlighted. Like, at one point she goes, "Come on, don't get glum on me. Make me laugh." What 20-year-old's using the fucking word glum? And the other one was, what was it? I was like, no 20-year-olds using this word. Oh, come on. My internet's decided.
I don't know how many 20-year-olds are, like, reading Pride and Prejudice. Also, probably not many 21-year-olds are that good in bed.
This 20-year-old was, because she's a fucking nerd. Well, the rest of that sentence about pictured us lying in a pile of old books, stark naked and smoking a satisfying cigarette after boinking each other's brains out. I'm like, again, what 20-year-old is using boinking? I'm 40 and wouldn't use the fucking word boinking. Again, what fucking year is it?
What 21-year-old is good in bed, though? Probably not many.
Declan, obviously. Well, maybe, and honestly, I mean, I'm not, but she's had a lot of sex, so maybe she knows what she likes and what she doesn't. But it doesn't sound
Fair.
to me, and I'm just, this is conjecture because we don't go into it, it doesn't sound like she's enjoying the sex very much.
With Declan?
No. With any of the.
Oh, with
prior-
anyone else?
yeah.
No. No, it
So
doesn't
it's one
really.
of those ones where you almost ask yourself, one, instead of getting therapy, why aren't you just not having sex? Like, weren't you working on you?
Well, again, like,
Okay, the other thing is,
people deal with things differently, I guess.
having gone to a private university, guess what's free on a university campus?
Therapy.
And to
Again, she has no support system.
to shame
she has
her
no
friends.
adults.
Exactly. I mean,
Yeah.
her friends should have been like, maybe you should see somebody.
Yeah.
This isn't healthy.
Right. Like, an adult in her life should have been like, please see someone about this. Because it
Her
sounds
friends. Her friends should have done that.
Well,
Yeah.
well, yes, but,
Yeah, but no, adult. But don't see any adults.
it made me sad, like, as a parent, that she had so little support.
It made,
Because she was relying so much on other people her age.
It made me sad for being around kids that age. Where I'm like,
Yeah.
if one of my kids came to me and said this has happened, I'd be
God.
like, you need to go see someone to work
Like,
through
we will-
this.
we will deal with this.
I will go
Yeah.
with you if you need to. I will walk you to the doctor's office if you need to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will get you help for this issue and to help you heal from this trauma.
I mean, yeah, for both. I mean, because, again, too glossed over. Anywho,
Right.
so those are
So
my...
stunt casting.
the fun part, right?
The fun part. All
I
right,
don't
tell me
wanna
who you
wait.
have for Elizabeth.
Okay, so I went with someone who's already played a romantic lead in another classic. I'm gonna fuck her name up because it's a Polish last name. Mia Wasikowska, who was the lead in Jane Eyre with Michael Fassbender. I am going to send you her picture through the chat. She's adorable. I'm trying to think of other stuff she's been in. She was in Alice in Wonderland.
I can just go to your Pinterest board. Is
you
it
could
on
also-
there?
Yeah, you could also just do that. There you go. I just put it in the chat too.
Oh, she's super pretty.
She is. I loved her in the Jane Eyre. Because, again, it's like Jane Eyre is supposed to be so unattractive. I'm like, but you put this gorgeous woman as...
Well,
yeah.
Hollywood.
Yeah. But that's my I almost called her Olivia. That's my Elizabeth.
She's pretty. I like it.
And yours, madame?
Mine, Madison Eisman. I had not heard of her. Let me go to her IMDb. I forget. I did this the other day. Oh, God damn it. I forget what she's been in. I did all these pins the other day.
Oh, I see her. Oh, she's pretty.
Do you see her? Yeah, she's adorable.
Disney Plus. Oh, was she in that Stargirl? No. Clouds.
Hang on.
Never heard of that.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen anything that she's actually been in. But she was in Jumanji, like the newest Jumanji.
Oh my God, I love that. Yes, she's amazing.
Yeah, in both
that.
of them. She was in both of the ones with The Rock and
'Cause-
Clouds, you're right, and Annabelle, but
didn't see
Annabelle Comes Home, but I don't see scary movies. I have enough nightmares from my own anxiety. I don't need to, like, make it worse by watching fucking horror films. Like,
Well,
I have
like
enough
horror
problems
films. I've never
sleeping.
seen those ones because they're garbage.
Fair. I won't be seeing it anyway.
No, but you've seen Jumanji though, right? The newest one?
I haven't seen the new
Oh my
ones.
gosh, they're so funny.
I saw the old one with Robin Williams.
Oh, I mean,
Duh.
I'm not a big fan. But these ones, so Jack Black's
I
character.
should see them because
Oh.
I love Dwayne The Rock
Oh,
Johnson.
fuck. So when they go into Jumanji World or whatever, they go into Jumanji, her character, like her is played by Jack Black. Jack Black Like, she goes into Jack Black's body.
I'm available for this.
In the video. It's so funny. So it's Jack Black being her, this, like, teenage blonde girl. It's hysterical. Like,
I'm interested.
I give 2 thumbs up for Jumanji. I've not seen the second one, but my sister and I watched it on vacation one year, and we just sat there and just cackled. It was so funny.
I'm interested.
Yeah. Good choice.
Right. Thank you.
So, moving to Declan?
Talk to me about your Declan.
All right, I got to go to my... Okay, so my Declan, I chose Jai Courtney.
Oh, my God. Yes.
He's 34. No worries.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. He's Australian, I think. I believe he's Australian.
He was in Divergent.
He wasn't the lead. No, that was some other hot guy.
That was a different hot dude. No, he was, I forget the name of his character, but he was someone else in Dauntless. Like another, like, higher up dude. He played a main role.
He plays, what's his name? Oh, God.
Hang on.
Die Hard guy. What's his name? Bruce Willis' son in one of the most recent Die Hard movies.
Got it.
But when you put in gray-eyed actors, because
right,
he has...
Oh, he was in Suicide Squad, too. I forgot.
Oh, Jesus, that's right. He played
Boomerang.
Eric
in Divergent.
He plays Captain Boomerang.
Yes, he played Boomerang.
Yeah,
he played Eric. He played Eric in Divergent.
I read the first one.
He was one of the trainers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's some pictures. I would like you just to Pinterest Jai Courtney with a beard. Holy
and
fuck.
Jai is spelled Jai.
He is fucking...
He's attractive.
He actually looks a lot like Tom Hardy.
A little bit, yeah. With a beard.
But that's my Declan. And / Dax.
Yeah. Right. Exactly.
All right. So who is yours?
Wentworth Miller.
Oh, he's so attractive.
He is so hot. He's also English.
Also gay. I love it.
Is he really? God damn it. Why are all the hottest ones gay?
Yeah, he's gay.
I love my husband. I really do.
Yeah. That was like a big thing that he came out. I'm like, who cares?
God damn it. You're right. Like, I don't care.
Still,
but
I'd throw a leg over it if you wanted to fucking go for my vagine. That's fine.
There you go. He was in Prison Break. Like, that's how he got his main start, I think. Oh my God. He's on SVU now?
Oh, really?
I didn't know that. I guess he plays an ADA. ADA Isaiah Holmes.
He's got kissable lips.
Are you fucking... Of course he fucking does. God, he's really attractive.
He is.
So, at any rate, that's who I have.
Nice.
For Dax / Declan. And yes, it would legitimately light just everything on fire around them.
How many other ones do you have?
I did Shelley and Blake.
Okay, so I did 3 more. Again, I said one is a joke one. Okay, so my... Blake is Rupert Grint.
You know what? I considered it.
Yeah, because now he's gotten kind of like beefy. He actually is really attractive. Like
he is.
I mean, he's only like not that much younger than us, so it's not like a
right. Yeah,
I don't feel creepy about saying that, but like you're looking because Blake is supposed to be a redhead. So
you know what? Listen, I am done feeling creepy about thinking that younger men are attractive. And here's why. Because fucking men will...
Just men, period.
Because men, okay? Because those motherfuckers will try to, and often successfully date women who are like 15 to 20 years younger than them.
Yeah, that's true.
All right?
That's true.
Fuck everything, okay? We can think Harry Styles is hot, okay?
Oh, I already do. Tom
this
Holland.
Is what I'm saying.
I'm okay with...
Don't feel weird about it because men, okay?
I mean, is it okay if I find Tom Holland attractive?
Yes.
I mean, I feel weird watching that video with him being like doing Rihanna.
Being Rihanna?
Yeah, I feel really uncomfortable.
Why? It's fine.
Okay, because it's really sexy.
Listen, this is an open, accepting podcast. You should know you're a co-founder, okay? We do not need to feel guilty about thinking that younger men are hot. Didn't we just talk about Kate Beckinsale?
Oh, that's true. We did. Off air,
She's 47.
Yeah.
That hot mama, was dating Pete Davidson. Whether or not you think Pete Davidson is hot, doesn't matter. He is 20 years younger than her.
Yeah, that's true.
20.
Yeah.
And she is hot as fuck.
Yeah. He's lucky to be with her.
He is 1,000% lucky to be with her.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I could look a fraction as good as Kate Beckinsale when I am 12 years younger than her. If I could look a fraction of how good she looks at 35 that she does at 47, motherfucker.
You do.
So I'm just saying, there's no need to make apologies for who you think is attractive, regardless. As long as that person is 18 or over, we do not have a fucking problem here.
So I can easily say that I'd smash it with Harry Styles, even in that dress. Even in that dress.
Yes.
Especially in that dress.
Why not?
Fuck it.
Sexuality is a fluid thing.
It is. Gender's fluid. Cool.
Anyway, I don't even know why I started that rant, but it doesn't fucking matter. It still applies.
Rupert Grint. So who's your redhead that you want to smash? I see this redheaded guy coming up here.
Yeah, his name is Adam Hicks, and he's a douche, which tracks.
Oh, really?
Let's just discuss this is his IMDb profile, okay?
Okay.
Note that most IMDb profiles discuss, like, career and maybe where people were born, okay?
I'm scared. Okay.
You fucking should be. Adam Hicks. On July 8th, 2017, Hicks was arrested for discharge of a firearm with gross negligence. He was arrested on September 11, 2017 for battery. No charges were filed for either arrest due to insufficient evidence. Hicks and actress friend Danny Tamburo were arrested on January 24, 2018 on armed robbery charges after police say the duo carried out a string of robberies in Burbank, California. Hicks underwent a mental health evaluation to determine his competency to stand trial. He and Tamburo were initially charged with 3 counts of felony, attempted second-degree robbery, and 2 counts of second-degree robbery, as well as allegations that he personally used a handgun during the robbery. Oh my
God! You were in jail for a long time with that one.
Prosecutors allege the duo committed the robberies against victims over the age of 60.
Oh my God. He committed aggravated robbery with the firearm. That's like 20 plus years, man.
Yeah, so anyway, all of that is to say that of course I thought this man was hot. I don't know.
Of course I wanted to fucking jump him because he might pull a gun at me during sex.
For the record, I have been in therapy for... For his record and my own, I have been in therapy for a long time, which is why I am happily married to that man over there that, again, I did not choose. Someone else did.
Good decision. Good decision.
Yes, thank you, friend of mine who knows who I'm talking about.
Well,
I will not say her name, but because privacy reasons. But I love you and thank you for making good life decisions.
We all thank you, unnamed friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So I don't have any other convicted felons on my list.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah. Do you want me to go to my Shelley?
Please do.
So my Shelley.
I also do not have any more convicted felons.
Mine is Francesca Capaldi, which I can look, but I'm pretty sure is related to. Might be the daughter of Peter Capaldi, who was Doctor Who number 12, I believe. I'm looking. She's adorable. She's, of course, British.
Is she related to Lewis Capaldi?
I think they're brother and sister. Oh, no, it's this American actress. No, it's not.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Damn it. I got excited because Capaldi is such a... Tony Capaldi. Fuck me. No, Lewis Capaldi is the son of Peter Capaldi, who is number 12, I believe. No, she's a Disney Channel person. But
see, normal IMDb profile. Francesca Angelucci Capaldi was born on June 8th, 2004 to parents of Italian descent. That's a normal IMDb profile. Yep.
Base. Yep.
Yep, she's very cute.
She's cute, but it just reminds me of. I mean, couldn't you see her and Rupert getting it on?
I could. Yeah. 2 redheads.
Yeah. So who is yours?
Mine is Molly C. Quinn, who, again, I didn't know anything about. But she's an American actress. She was apparently on Castle. She's
the daughter on Castle, I think, isn't she?
I don't know. I didn't actually watch.
I think I only seen a couple episodes. I'm pretty sure.
She was in We're the Millers, which is a hysterical movie with Jennifer Aniston. Mm-hmm. She apparently was in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, but, like, I think it was a minor role. And God only knows. There's so much, like, makeup on most of those actors that it's hard to, you know. So anyway, yeah, she's, like, cute redhead. Molly C. Quinn. She is known for voicing Bloom, the main character on Nickelodeon's revival of the Winx Club. I don't know what the fuck that is. But she played Alexis Castle, the daughter of the lead in ABC television series Castle.
Nathan Fillion. What? He's so fucking hot. Anywho.
You and one of our other friends love Nathan Fillion.
Oh my God. Firefly. So good. I'm looking to see what she was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
It says Howard's date, so that's not descriptive in any way, shape, or form.
In Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, Howard's date.
Howard's date. Oh, I don't know.
Fuck if I know. Apparently also in a movie called Hansel and Gretel Get Baked.
Oh, I haven't seen that. I know what it is. Yeah, I've not seen it, but I know about it.
About tit.
Yep. She was in Dr. Sleep, which was with Ewan McGregor.
I need to see more movies.
The sequel to The Shining.
I never saw The Shining.
Oh, I don't. It's fine. I'm not a huge fan of The Shining. I don't think it's that scary. I don't think it's that groundbreaking. That's me, but it's. I mean, for being a horror, I should like it for being a horror person, but I don't. It's fine. It's fine.
I'm glad you continued because at first it just said for being a whore. Like that's what it sounded like.
'Tis true. I am. So
untrue.
No.
Untrue. I know you.
So my joke one, and if you could see my stunt Cassie, you've already seen it. My list. Oh, come the fuck on my Pinterest. Because I closed out of it to look up this.
Oh, I know exactly who this is.
So, what's her face? Is Elizabeth's mother. I can't think of her mother's name off the top of my head. Tina? Tulsi? I don't know what that.
I don't remember.
Anyhow,
I don't remember.
She's dating. She's got a dirtbag, and she's dating a dirtbag, a serious dirtbag. His name is Carl. Mm-hmm. So I decided
with a K. Carl with a K.
So I decided that Carl was Carl from the Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Which is,
it's a fair assessment.
It looks pretty much what Carl would look like. And
Carl is also a car salesman.
Yeah. Which Carl doesn't have a job on Aqua Teen Hunger Force, but that's fine.
But he's hairy and overweight.
Mm-hmm. And has a what is that called? Kind of
reverse island. That's what my husband calls it.
Yep. Yeah.
The hair. We're referring to the balding pattern on his head.
Yeah. It's. I was thinking of the car he drives in that show too, and I can't think of it right now. It's a Firebird, not a Firebird. What is that really shitty car that?
Thunderbird?
No. Anyhow, but yeah. So that's
Nova.
Yeah, so that's my stunt casting. So what's next?
It's good.
Ratings?
Rating.
All right, let's rate this bitch.
Give me your eggplants. That's what she said. I think you can tell when it gets to be after midnight.
After midnight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go 3.5. Because when they do finally have sex, it is not, like, I don't want to say gratuitous, but it is explicit.
And hot.
For reals. Hot, yes. Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And they do it without a condom a couple times, and I was like, uh-oh.
Actually, I think like every time.
Yeah, because she says she's on the pill, and he says he's clean. So. Which
Yeah.
I would be like, are you clean, girly girl?
I mean,
She's the one who's like
she's the one having the
making
one
some
night
bad
stands.
decisions. Yeah.
Right. I give it a 4.
Not that one night stands are bad decisions. Sorry.
Yeah. No, again, there's no judgment here.
No. Just,
That's not how we meant it.
No.
I said 4 because again, hot and also Declan.
Agreed. Yeah. What are you doing for hearts?
I said 3 because there's not like a massive amount of like romance necessarily.
No. It's lust. It's a lot of lust.
It's a lot of lust. However, like Declan.
He is. Well, he also tells her he loves her before she does. I mean, he's got to coerce her into it. Which, I mean...
At one point, he's basically, like, begging her.
Yeah. Which, if I have to say something about... If we're going to talk a parallel to Pride and Prejudice, that is very true to the book, because Darcy does confess his love before Elizabeth does.
Yeah. That's true.
Has your heart changed? My heart has changed a number of times. Oh.
I do need to see the Keira Knightley version again.
I know. I might watch it after this. I might put it on before I go to bed. Because it is almost, it's 1 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
It's fine. We don't need sleep.
This week when my therapist was like, well, have you been sleeping enough?
No.
Nope. I literally just laughed in her face. And by in her face,
yourself.
I meant over the secure video, whatever the fuck it's called.
Non-COVID line. Yeah.
I'm the worst, but at least I'm putting her child through college. So
There you go.
fuck it.
You're like, yeah, all of my problems are helping you, right? Yeah, financially? Cool.
I hope I'm helping you financially. Can we talk about the dude that I just cast as Blake?
He has numerous convictions, but yet I'd still write it.
My mom
Is listening to this?
probably. God, that poor woman.
She made it through Triple C, so
She made it through episode 5.
Triple C, Coke, kid, cock.
Oh my God, that poor woman.
I love you, Veronica's mom. Oh, something just popped up on my Zoom. It says, "Are you recording music?" No, we've just been singing like assholes for this whole time. No Zoom.
No, we're just assholes.
We're just assholes.
So
right.
did we cover your hearts? What did you say for hearts?
Oh, I don't know. 3. I agree. I'm pretty much in agreement with you on this whole book. I mean, it reminds me, it was enough. It was the same amount of romance that I get from an episode of Dawson's Creek, which we always pick Pacey. Pacey's forever. Joshua Jackson. Why would you, Joshua Jackson or James Vanderbeek? Come on.
Yeah.
Anyhow. Let's do some recommendations. You want to do some? Oh, actually, let's say, well, first, would you recommend this book?
Yeah, I would. I mean, it's fine. Like, I don't have a problem with. I don't dislike the book. I know we had some cons to discuss, but like again, we don't dislike the book. It was a good book. I wish it were longer because I think that would have improved. Like it would have given more time to unpack Elizabeth.
Agreed.
Personally, that's how I felt about it. But I would recommend it, especially if you like New Adult.
Co-signed.
If you don't love New Adult, I don't know, maybe skip it.
Yeah. Co-signed.
Yeah, co-sign. We love you, Penny Reed.
So, if you don't, if you've already read Dirty English, what would be another book that you would recommend somebody read?
Okay, so
I never like the look in your face when you're like feel like in contemplation. Like I'm gonna just say something. Yeah. Okay. I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
Well, okay, so part of the reason that I was like, can I please just read a book that does not involve sexual assault?
Yes.
Like,
Jesus.
just, please, God, when we spin the wheel in a few minutes here, can you please, God, pick a book that does not involve sexual assault?
If it does,
So
I swear to God, I'm gonna light some fucking shit on fire.
Oh, motherfucker. Now, that being said, this book that I'm going to recommend, it does include, please check your trigger warnings. Now, the author is very explicit in the trigger warnings. She's very, very good about being like, hey, these are the trigger warnings. Please mind them. Mm-hmm. And those trigger warnings are human trafficking.
Jesus.
I know it's dark. Human trafficking, sexual assault, rape. So it's, PTSD. There's a lot of that. It says, so I'll read the end of this. It says, it's not for the faint of heart. The Conviction series should be read by a mature audience only and contains sexually explicit scenes along with descriptions of human trafficking, drugs, strong language, and physical and sexual abuse. Reader discretion is advised. Mm-hmm. Now, all of that being said, this is a romance suspense novel. It's called Escaping Conviction. It is by a brand new fucking author, nice. And I swear to God.
You swear for God?
I swear for God. Comedic Cody. God damn it, you're hot. So,
speaking of young guys.
I don't care. Like I
said.
know,
I'm saying speaking of young guys that are hot.
Speaking of young guys.
Yeah.
So, this author, her name is Greer Rivers. She's on the TikTok. Find her. She's gorgeous and funny as hell. She also has an amazing tiara, and I'm just going to throw that shit out there right now.
As you do.
As one does. Mm-hmm. I've also decided that when my first novel gets published, I am buying a tiara. So,
why don't you have one now?
Because I'm not a published author yet, but one day I will be.
Can't you just have one for being amazing?
Fucking tiara.
Can't you just have one for being a strong fucking woman?
I mean, I guess I could. But I did recently give my crown to my child. I have like a big purple crown. Like,
happens.
Anyway, so Escaping Conviction by Greer Rivers. Mm-hmm. Greer Rivers, as in the word.
As in what you swim in.
As in what you swim in.
In my backyard.
Yeah, not in mine though, because that's not a good idea. So anyway, it is so good. That book hit the whole time.
Right.
Now, that being said, it was difficult. Like, it's actually told from 4 different perspectives at one point. The heroine, the hero, the hero's niece, which is the hard part, and then also the heroine's, like, ex-person, sort of. You find out very quickly, this is not a spoiler, but the hero's niece has been kidnapped, basically, and is being trafficked with her best friend. It is dark at times, and reading the niece's chapters were difficult. I mean, that was difficult for me. So the book read a little slower to me than like a normal, regular contemporary romance would, mainly because of like the dark component to it. However, so Greer Rivers, that's a pen name. I know that. I don't know her real name, but she is a lawyer. She's like a former practicing attorney. And so the main character, the heroine, is a practicing attorney, and she's very good. She's very bright. It's a second chance romance. It is so good. It is so excellent. And I highly recommend it. It is very, very good. Check it out. She has a second one coming out, the next one in the series. And the next one in the series is actually following one of the hero's friends. He was in the military, so it follows someone from like his team and his niece.
Oh, cool.
So so that'll be like an age gap to some extent. The niece was like 17. I mean, she is living, but like at the time of the book, she was like 17. So I'm interested. She turns 18, I think. But it'll be interesting to see, like, in the next book, if she's still the same age, or, like, how much time has passed, because, like, she's been through this really traumatic event. So I'm very curious to see how it goes, but it legit excellent book. Very excellent, and also hot.
You know, that's the discussion probably off air, is we do not have any romantic suspense, and I do enjoy romantic suspense. Although, again, you do get into the trope of sexual assault that happens, is pervasive.
Yes,
but
yes.
Maybe we should throw, I mean, because some of my favorite books, actually one of the books that I really enjoy is Open Season by Linda Howard, and I think I mentioned her earlier. But you're dealing with a little bit of trafficking at the beginning. It's mostly about, it's some sex trafficking. It's an ugly duckling book, which I love too. But we don't have any, and maybe we should add some. Because
I did sign us up for Greer Rivers' ARC team. Okay. So if we get chosen for an ARC, then we will absolutely. Mm-hmm. But we could always just put it on the list, even if we're not chosen. You would never fucking know that this is her first novel. You would never know.
It's kind of like that, the other one that I read.
Emily McIntyre.
Yeah.
You would never know that was her first job. That was her first novel. You never would. They're both super talented.
Wasn't there another one? Sticking to the Script was a first year.
Yes, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. Who a friend of ours listened to the podcast and now put that on their list.
Yes, he did.
Yep, I'm so excited. I hope he enjoys it.
I hope so too. I'm sure he'll keep us posted.
I'm sure he will.
What's your recommendation? What you got, girl?
I got two, so I'm sorry. I have two. The first one I'm just going to throw out there because I was rereading some I was skimming some Kristan Higgins because I was trying to debate. I was trying to find a recommendation, and I love Kristan Higgins. I will mention, you will not hear it until the end of the month, but I mentioned I like small town. Sometimes, every so often, I like small town romance novels, and it made me think of what's that? It's the book's good, but the TV show's kind of shitty. Virgin River on Netflix.
Oh my God! Don't fucking get me started on that show.
That fucking ending of that fucking first series, FYI, is not in the book. FYI.
Really?
No, the girlfriend does not. The girlfriend plays very little. I mean, the girlfriend or the guy
because
he's fucking.
That's literally what made me not want to read the books.
No.
Because I saw the show and I was like, "Fuck this shit."
No, the girlfriend plays. She's not even a girlfriend. She's a girl that he has sex with every so often from this neighboring town. She doesn't get pregnant. She's older. Like that's supposed to be portrayed in the book, or in the show. And no, she doesn't get pregnant. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm trying to remember how it ends. I can't think of the main characters. She can't. She believes that she can't get pregnant because her husband, they couldn't have kids. Come to find out, it was her husband, not her, because she does get pregnant by the end. Spoiler. Spoiler for Virgin River, but
FYI. Personal issue for me, I hate the surprise pregnancy trope. That drives me fucking batshit.
Well, and it wasn't so much it was surprise because she really didn't think that she could get pregnant. Because they had tried IVF, and I mean, you kind of knew that was where that was going.
That is very different than how it's treated in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like traumatic as fuck.
I got to the end and I was like, you can go fuck yourself. And then she leaves. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, why don't you just, because there are...
I'm not going to watch season 2. I was like, this pisses me off.
No, I have no desire. Which they could have done like the book series. And the book series, book number 2 is somebody else in town. Is like the cook or whatever. I forgot. His army buddy. His one army buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous. Anywho.
See, that makes me want to read the books a little more. Okay, so anyway, go ahead. Kristan Higgins.
I like Kristan Higgins. So the one I'm going to suggest is Just One of the Guys, which is about this woman. She's a journalist.
That's the Harlequin.
No, it's not the Harlequin.
Oh, it says it right here.
Oh, but it's not the Harlequin one I was going to suggest.
Oh,
I have 2 Harlequins. Yeah,
you accidentally chose the Harlequin.
Too. So like, Anywho, so she is a journalist who wants to be a paramedic, but she's afraid. Yeah, she loses she faints at the sight of blood. She can't handle blood. So
perfect paramedic.
Yeah. So, but all of her family are firefighters and paramedics. and she's like one girl out of all brothers. And she falls for, and she's always been in love with like her father's second in command and firefighter. And she's very tomboyish. So they have a one night stand when she's in college, and then they meet up again later. It's very good. The ending is, I've reread the ending so many times because it is so good. It's so good. And what's cute about Kristan Higgan's books is that she always tries to put the heroine or the hero has a dog. Either they have adopted a dog or something. So usually a dog plays a big role in it. But I enjoy that one. I would recommend pretty much most of Kristan Higgan's books, but that one I really like. So the one I was going to suggest. If you guys haven't followed us on TikTok, which you should, Harlequin friended us and responded to some of our comments on TikTok. So I thought, well, we should put a Harlequin.
Yeah, we looked at our list and we were like, we don't have any Harlequin on there. We should really do that.
Which I will be putting one on. I haven't done it yet, but I will be putting one on there. But I went through and I bought, FYI, Harlequin.com. I bought a bunch of your fucking books. So
Whichever Gen Zer is doing Harlequin's TikTok is you're doing a great job, babe.
Doing Lord's work.
Doing the Lord's work.
So I did. I bought a ton of them, and I've enjoyed most of them. Some more than others, but this one that I really liked. I do have a complaint, and I want to suggest. I'm going to put this to your suggestions department. Let's think of some better names for your titles of your books, because some of them are like. One in particular was called Marriage of Inconvenience. This one I'm going to suggest is Redeeming the Reclusive Earl. Well, I wonder what this book's about.
I wonder what this book's about.
It's by Virginia Heath, and it was charming. It was very charming. It was, it's very low stakes, but it hit the right spots for me. It's a Regency. No, it's even earlier than Regency. It's Edwardian romance, and she's a blue stocking who's also she might have autism. I'm almost thinking she has autism because she can remember every fact that comes that she learns. Yeah, she is was it eidetic memory? She can remember.
Oh, eidetic memory.
Yeah, she can remember everything, and she just, if she's read it, she remembers it. And the hero has been burned. So, of course...
literally?
Yeah, his whole side of his face is scarred. And so he actually had to leave London because he just couldn't take every time he was out in public, kids were scared of him, that kind of thing. Super sad. But she, once again, puts a leg over it because he's fucking hot, I've used that term many times tonight. I'm not even drunk, and that's really sad. But it's very sweet. Right. It's really sweet. And
my poor husband. He just keeps coming up the stairs are you fucking done yet?
I will make this really quick. But she it's very sweet. He's very much he doesn't think he's good enough for her, that kind of thing. And he's in love with her, and so he's got to he doesn't think she loves him. It's very sweet. I would recommend it wholeheartedly. Thank you, Harlequin, for being a supporter and also putting out good content.
Hell yeah, Harlequin.
Mm-hmm. So we spinning a wheel here.
Yeah, we're spinning a wheel. One quick final note.
Yes.
We really love Tinsman's content.
Are you shilling for him? We're shilling for him.
Yeah. We're shilling for Tinsman. And here's why. Because we want to adopt Tinsman as our little brother. Okay, there's nothing sexual here. We just love Tinsman.
Yeah, he's a sweetheart. He's
a sweetheart. He's only a couple hours from us. He's in Pittsburgh. We are in Northeast Ohio. So I'm just saying, Tinsman, if you need some big sisters, we're not that far.
I will go beat somebody up for you. Just saying.
Oh, I got some rage.
But we support everything that you is in your content. It's very much.
You are hysterical and also awesome. And if I hear you shout Marilyn one more fucking time,
and
I mean,
we've mentioned you numerous times on this podcast, mostly for the bar is on the floor. Fucking
yes,
pick
the bar
it
is
up.
on the fucking floor.
And I have referenced that numerous times because
Agreed.
as a
Same.
society, that's where we're at. Fucking
That's
pick
pretty much
the
where we're
bar
at.
off the goddamn floor.
Pick the bar off the floor. Also, I saw
Be
your
kind
post.
to your neighbors.
Yes, please.
As my buddy here, V, says, it costs nothing to be kind.
Costs nothing. Anyway, we adore you. And we have an open invitation to formally adopt you as our little brother.
I mean, you might have. I think he has siblings, but that's okay. I mean,
I don't care.
I
don't have any fucking siblings, okay?
I have a sister that I don't speak to, so I mean, I would love to have
I got nothing.
Yeah. So we're
Take pity upon the only children.
there. You go. There you go. Also, if you're looking for him on TikTok, it is the Tinsman, Tinzman.
Yes, and you should follow him. He's hysterical.
He's all of like 21 and a theater
Yeah,
student
he's young
and adorable. So
yep, yep, all the things right there.
If you need someone to come see your shows, we would come see your shows
We would do that
when you are allowed to.
when we're allowed to be in public again,
and when you're allowed to perform.
Right.
Cool.
All right, spin that wheel, girl. What are we reading next?
I seriously wish you could hear the spinner.
So I need to like put the sound effect into the podcast. I need to edit it in.
Oh! Sorry,
Jesus.
it blows confetti. It makes me laugh every time. 2.
Number 2?
Oh my god, we're reading Lisa Kleypas! Yay! So we're reading Suddenly You.
I have never read any Lisa Kleypas. Kleypas?
Kleypas, yeah.
Okay. I haven't read any of hers.
This is one where I was like actually gonna when the Devil's Daughter came out, I was like, oh, maybe I'll trade it out. I'm like, no, but you have to read The Devil in Winter to kind of get this one. But this one's kind of an offshoot by itself. So
I'm excited.
I'm super excited because this is probably one of the
It's a Regency era.
It is. Mm-hmm. It is one of the only probably Lisa Kleypas I haven't read. So
you really had to dig deep into the vault for that.
That and Amanda Quick. I've been holding off on the Amanda Quick that's still there. I was like, I need to read that one.
Oh right, yeah.
So,
but the thing is, we keep we keep knocking off books because we are doing more episodes, but we also continue to add to like any good book talker knows, that you will just continue to add to the fucking list and it will just never be over. Mm-hmm. But you know what? That is what it is. And I'm super excited. I'm into it.
I know. I only hope you like it because if you hate it, then I'm going to feel super bad.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'm sure.
Well,
all right. Did we do it?
We did. Let's sign off on this biatch. So,
all right.
My lady, where can people find us?
People can find us in so many places.
You know, so on the corner. Down at the bodega. Smoking pot.
You know. All right. So website is www.chickletbookclubpodcast.com. Mm-hmm. We are on Twitter at Chicklet Podcast. We are on the TikTok at Chicklet Book Club. We are on Pinterest. You can see our stunt casting on our Spank Naughty lists at Chicklet Book Club Podcast. You can email us. Tell us all of your thoughts, good and bad. Please let us know what you think about our ramblings. Chicklet Book Club Podcast at gmail.com. You can also find us on YouTube at a URL that I am not going to read aloud to you.
Just search Chicklet Book Club Podcast. And it will be updated when I get a new computer. Anywho.
Anyway, you can find us anywhere and everywhere, really. But also, please, if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, please rate us and review us and let us know what you think. Again, we are always open to listener/reader feedback. Please let us know what's working for you, what's not. If you have any book recommendations, please let us know. Like we said, this is an open forum. We are non-judgmental here, and we would love to hear from you and hear what you think.
Absolutely. Cool.
We're still waiting on a listener from Antarctica, so you just let us
fuck
know.
yeah.
It's the last continent, y'all.
Jump on your polar bear and fucking get it done. We need to know what you think about the Duke and I.
Please tell us more about what you think about the Duke and I. We're
oh,
super excited for the second season.
Oh my God, I was just going to say, we haven't talked about, we're not going to talk about it now, but I just want to say, we know who Kate is.
We know who Kate is now, and I cannot fucking wait.
And fucking don't anyone fucking come at me because they've changed her last name to Sharma. You know what? Fuck it. I love inclusivity. So guess what? You take your, whatever, because her name's not Shefford. What? I can't remember her last name.
Sheffield?
I think it's Sheffield.
know.
You could just take it and shove it up your asshole because this woman is beautiful and
She's gorgeous. Also from Sex Education, which we discuss
yes.
on episode 5.
Yes. So guess what? I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it. Don't want to hear it.
She's so gorgeous. I cannot wait.
I'm so fucking happy, hot, whatever.
Yep.
Throw an
all
H
of the
word
above.
in there. Horny, whatever. Throw
Horny.
it in there. Anywho. Well,
All
darling.
applicable.
Darling, this is fun. I get excited about this every 2 weeks to sit and talk with
Yep.
you. I love
Yep.
you, and I love our
you.
listeners, and we're good. We're done.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. Happy reading.
Yes. Bye.
Bye.